What is up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everyone Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson, and we're gonna have. I'm really gonna hang out a little bit. I had to put a topic in there. All right, Young Jay. I might. I don't know if I'm gonna do the play by play. I don't want to. I'm gonna keep it okay. So let me go get that real quick. So first things first, this is just me hanging out right now. Shout out to Fantastic. I know he's live. Shout out to Art the Stall. I know he's live. And actually, speaking of him being live, dang, it won't let me. Speaking of him being live, I actually want to comment on the video I had with the outing I had with Art in the Stall, and the shit with Ulysses, and happy birthday Ulysses yesterday, but Ulysses and Mike V. I'm trying to find it right now. Like why is this being stupid? And it's acting like you don't want to give it to me. I'll check that out later. But Mike V. Some of y'all probably saw it. Some of y'all didn't. It depends on what part of YouTube y'all hanging out with. First things first, because I want to address that, because in some of the stuff I might say on this video currently, I don't want nobody to try to come at me about no hypocrisy. I really don't want to hear it. But here's the deal. And two things I'm going to address. And I'm not going to do a play-by-play. I'm not going to be, even though I would be right if I did it. Straight up. Why is it not showing it? I'm going to have to find it. I don't know. You know what? It's probably not showing it because of the link. So do this for me. By the way, Auburn Preach called Fresh and Fit a grifter. That's funny. Young Jay, put the link in this video. I'm gonna see if you got a wrench to do that. The link, because I want that shit. No, you're not a moderator. Okay, yeah, I made you a moderator. Put the link in the description so I can get that. Well, I told you, Young Jay, about y'all making me do research, but technically I did ask you for it, so that doesn't count. That doesn't count. And make sure y'all hit up the Discord. I'm not like, am I constantly in the Discord? No, I'm not constantly. Oh, you lying. Oh, you fucked up. Young G, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. This is that same shit. Oh, you fucked up. My nigga, you fucked up. All right. I don't know if I'm going to do this because that's an hour. No, you good, Young Jay. I got it. The critical of Puerto Rican. And I knew she was Puerto Rican. I done fucked enough Puerto Ricans, had enough bolios out of the freezer thrown in my ass. I'm gonna tell you something. You throw them bolios fast as fuck, them things hurt. Them things hurt if you hit the target. Shout out to Chicago Puerto Ricans. You fucked up. Good job. That's how you're supposed to do it. If you're gonna say do this, make sure I can get to it quick. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. All right, so let's jump right into it. Address it. I want to get the art and install stuff out of the way quickly. All right, here's the deal. Personally, I don't care. I have no hard feelings. I'm not one of these. I won't say it takes a lot for me not to like you, but if I understand the intent behind certain things, then I'm not going to take it personally. Here's my thing, and I want to be very clear about this. We have a very diverse group. There's things that I agree with people more, I agree with people less, And so my job that I try to do is I try to at least in these discussions, try to organize intention and what somebody, the thing behind the thing behind the thing that somebody is saying. And that's how I try to address people when we have these this bullshit. Now anybody can go to a Prophet of Thought, and if they want to have a formal debate, like a debate on economics versus politics, we can have that debate. And it ain't even about winning or losing. It's really just about putting the thoughts out there if I decide to do that. But when I come on these panels, I'm always explaining. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. That takes I can do it, but that takes mental energy. So the thing, if you were to go, and I would challenge any of you all, go to when I was on that video and Ulysses first came on, and then you go listen to it yourself. Fuck what I say, and you make a judgment on your own as to how that started off. And yeah, people argue I may have overreacted, but I went off the top because I said, look, I told you, I'm not really trying to do this. I'm saying you're attack. I'm telling you, I'm thinking you're coming at me. And at the end of the day, it is not my job to be this like representative for an entire school of thought. Now, if it comes to the gynocracy, yeah, I'll do that because that's what I put my channel on the back for. But when it comes to economics, at the end of the day, I don't believe that you should be 100% economics and 0 politics, or 75% economics, 25% politics. They all work together. But if you look at what an individual has control of, an individual has control over their own economic situation more so than they have control over their own political situation, right? So if you look at, so they work together, but the problem is black people, we don't understand that. Also, the culture argument. A lot of people want to say education versus culture, but they don't understand that the culture is the reason why you can't guide people to where you think they should go. Because the culture is like the subconscious, education is like the conscious. The culture is like the damn operating system. The education is like the apps. And we are not fucking Linux. We are like some old Windows, like 92 bullshit. Not a good operating. I wouldn't even say we're Vista. We're like one of the bad operating systems back in the day. That's what a culture is. And you have to have it. And see, and black people don't really like talking about culture, even though that is what dominates a lot of the actions of both black men and black women. So people will hear what these motherfuckers over there say, like a lot of these quote unquote conservatives or hyper assimilations, what I call them, because the characteristics of a hyper assimilationist is they're going to tell you racism does exist. And I'm going to tell you, people say, well, why didn't I go off on Hood Service and Trey? I was telling Trey that what Trey was doing was annoying and what I thought of what he was doing. But see, the thing about Trey that I'll give it is Trey is at least direct. Trey doesn't live in this idea of implying everything. So when you answer it, people pretend, oh, I don't know what was said. Conservative is direct, although way less abrasive than what Trey is. So at the very least, I know, okay, this is clear what I'm going at versus number one. And I brought them up to my shit, meaning I felt like talking obviously versus on their shit. I'm throwing ideas out there and all of a sudden, and I'm not looking at the chat. What's guard comes up and then I'm supposed to basically carry the water for all these motherfuckers that they're debating. At the end of the day, all you have to do is go read Dr. Claude Anderson's works, The End. That's what I think. And Dr. Claude Anderson was in the government. And I'm going to tell you, BGS has said it great, where we need to start focusing more on the policies that do get passed and how we take advantage of those policies that are passed. This is where black men got to get good at lawyering up or get good at least pooling together in order to get lawyers, or we respect help. Either people that are attorneys, or at the very least, motherfuckers that are bitches that are not bitches, but paralegals, which is some great piece of game I was given. If you need something done, get a paralegal because they're the ones that really do the shit. They just can't charge as much because they don't have the lawyer's license because they ain't passed the damn test, right? So, and we need to start really looking at the paperwork, the stuff behind the stuff. And here's the thing, I'm actually not against political movement. But what I'm saying is when I look at the gaps, what I see is a lot of us are not politically aware because we're not economically aware. We're just not aware. And being politically aware is really not going to change anything at the individual level, and which is why I don't focus on it. Dr. Clark Anderson and his 5 floors and everything, politics comes after economics, meaning it's just as important. It's right there. It's just you need economics to power politics. Can politics power economics? Yes. But we know the game we're in the United States, where everybody's going to want to get something first. And the reality is, anybody that thinks that black men are going to be able to get a lot of political action outside of what's already not already done is a fool. If you think people are going to, and Mike has never said that, but like, for instance, I went back and forth with BMT, well, he was saying we need a win. I'm like, you have to divorce yourself from what a win is. Like, you got to divorce yourself from that. Like, because if you're looking for like a big win, that's just that you're going to lose the propaganda war already. We have to, that's why, and that was the conversation. And all of a sudden he came in there talking about, well, I just need clarity. I need this, I need that. And then this is peer review and this is all. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because really the main thing I presented was my idea of actually creating networks. Just like the Hispanics understand the need to create Spanish-speaking newspapers that you never hear about, or Spanish-speaking like free papers that you can get from the grocery store. They understand the distribution for communication purposes. Is that the only thing that they use? No, but they want something that's theirs. Now, the need for that is for people that speak Spanish. You see how you can look at how they've done Miami and South Florida. You can look at how they've done California. And we got to get smarter at the actual infrastructure. There's a if you want people to focus on politics, go ahead. There's more than enough shit to do. But I prefer to talk about the economic side. And then people have this thing where it's like, I got to convert. Or if people are not listening to what they have to say, then it becomes, well, it's everybody else's fault. Because I'm always getting that shit from Big J Triple X. And as far as the Black Brain Trust, I'm like, their shit is good shit. But see, their shit is not the type of shit. Their shit is not headline shit. Their shit is not the type of shit that I'm going to sit here and say, okay, so like when you're selling products and services online, you have what you call tripwire stuff. Like, fuck it. Let's take O'Shea, for example. I want something y'all gonna understand. So O'Shea at first didn't want to do, and look, I haven't talked to O'Shea in a minute, like months. So I'm telling you from the outside looking in, okay? O'Shea does his, shout out to O'Shea, he just went live recently. O'Shea did his his celebrity jump. And I'm glad he did it. I was one of the ones telling him, dude, you should do it. They're very easy videos to put together. And they're very profitable videos. But is that what O'Shea's passionate about? No. I can say enough about that to know. O'Shea's passionate about helping black men in the Pan-African stuff. That's his passion. But the celebrity junk stuff powers that. That powers that. That money flips into all of that because it needs the stuff like the Kangana stuff. That actually, I would argue, has more of an upside with kind of what he's trying to do, because he's trying to still keep it black, keep it particularly black men, but keep it black. And that Kangana stuff has a lot of upside because he saw that with Water Buy and stuff like that, and they appreciate that type of content, but that's going to take more investment. Just like in Africa, it takes more infrastructure investment. And so he uses that to push it to that. Even with the black male stuff, that takes more infrastructure investment, stuff that he already did. But see, everything has its purpose. So if you're somebody where even Sub-Zero, when Sub-Zero does videos, when he was much more active on YouTube, Sub-Zero talked about a couple of different things that he was passionate about. But the IT stuff is not what he talked about the most. He talked about business stuff and then other stuff as well that was in accordance to like what his value system was. And he would comment, on like celebrity stuff, like, when something was like buzzing, and people found him. And then he talked about the IT stuff on the back end. And he has a whole group called Revealing a Veil and all that. So he's not on YouTube as much no more unless it's something that really speaks to him, which, well, there's a reason he ain't commenting on Creflo Dollar, even though that'd be right in his wheelhouse. But the point is, as he built that up and then he got referrals and all of that, I mean, when I say IT, he's talking about Salesforce. He's talking about coding. He's actually getting people jobs. So he does from start to finish. I've seen it. I've been on calls. I'm talking about cell phone calls, like Zoom calls, cell phone calls of people on the, and I've been listening in the background. Not recently, maybe like once or twice. So it ain't no bullshit. Hell, I've been on a call with me, him, and Dynas. So the point is, he uses that other stuff, and that's what content marketing is. And saying that the IT stuff is in the background. Had he led with that, he might not have got to the audience that he wanted to get to. And tech reviews is not the same as IT. That's another thing too. Real talk. Ulysses probably would be actually very good at doing tech reviews as far as tech products and stuff like that. He has the mind for it, and that honestly, that would actually be a very great idea. A very great idea. Find stuff that's trending and stuff that's out there, and he has the look for that. And he will probably, and then what you do is, you like a channel like that might get a lot more views, and then you look within that demographic to what you're trying to help. I never thought of, just like I keep telling Ty City create that damn gun channel, because he's got to look at everything for. I'd rather have him than Coleon Noir. The point is, and look, what should I do that? Sure, there's things I could do. I just don't feel like it. And maybe they don't. But my thing is, and that probably would have been a much more fruitful conversation. And then the Black Brain Trust is the value of it. It's not a marketable value, but it's like, I'll say it like this. The Black Brain Trust is like those smart Nigerians or those smart Asians that go to an Ivy League university. The goal of when you look at places like Duke, and a lot of the Ivy League, they're composed of a couple of groups. The hyper smart that gives credibility to the institution, and then the people with the money. The George Bushes, the old money and stuff. That doesn't mean they got to be dumb. They still got to pass the qualifications, but they going to pay. Versus the people that are super, super smart that add value to the academic part of it, they're going to, scholarship. Or, you obviously got your sports element too, because they bring in the money, right? It's the same thing with that. The Black Brain Trust is more that shit. And so that shit needs to be there, and you need to run through a lot of views in order to get the people you need to get that are going to be interested and value that content. Because the value of that content is to educate a small group of people that those people can carry those insights to other people offline. That's how I would do it. Now, I have my own shit I'm doing and I'm trying to do, which is why I typically don't talk about what I think other people are doing until I get my time completely freed up the way I want it to be. It is what it is. But I'm just putting it out there. So the thing about it is, when people look at it like, well, I'm not getting these, like, I'm not saying, look, let me be very clear. None of them were saying about what they're not getting views or anything like that. That's me saying that. But I'm saying that in order to, because a lot of people like Big J, Triple Electrical, well, why aren't black men focused on this or focused on that and focused on this? It's like, dude, because that's just not where it is. You may argue that's where they should be, and you might not be wrong. But that's just not where they are. And I have to meet people where they are. Like my channel doesn't grow because I choose to talk about what I talk about. Now, there's other things that I do too that help it not to grow, but I don't create my stuff in such a way that's very easily absorbable. And I don't give a fuck too until I decide to. But I'm not out here saying, well, the gynocracy is the most important. Well, yeah, I do think it's the most important thing, but I'm not out here mad that everybody ain't on it. I look at the little things like, okay, there's more people. The word gynocracy is being used more than it used to be. Just like when Jason Black and them used to use white supremacy all the time. Now you got white people using it. Like 4 years ago, you would have never heard a white person use the term white supremacist. So you look at the little things, and say, okay, there's an impact being made here a little bit. This is why I don't have a problem with people saying some of my shit, my words, because the purpose is not for my ego. If I wanted to protect like the words that I said and shit, there'd be certain things I would do to make sure people knew it came from me. But my purpose is to get the stuff out there so we can kind of, because it can't be just me. So I don't sit there and really have a need to like prove the gynocracy is not there. I focus on, putting the stuff out there, and hopefully it can have an echo effect, which it has. It has. And it's not about the gynocracy, it's about having a culture conversation. Even things like intercultural dating. But this thing where it's like, oh, well, black people aren't doing what they're doing. There's a lot of things I think black men should do that they don't do. But going back to my idea when it comes to the barbershop thing, the barbershop is the one place where all black men either are or they know black men that are. Is the network. And we can take control of that network. I think we can do some really awesome things. And I think that would be worth the investment. Now, I'm not here to tell y'all to invest in it. When that's something, that's why I don't have a problem really saying it. When that's something I'm really ready to do and I get the funds and the stuff to take on, then I'm gonna do it myself. And then if people want to come along with me, they can. But I'm not here to GoFundMe or there will be no GoFundMe. There will be no, there will be none of that. Because I don't want to share it. If I put the money up, I want to have control. Because I trust me. I want to create an entire Chitlin circuit that way. And so people can say, well, what's the value in it? Well, first of all, there's an economic value in it for me. That's number one. And number two, there's a lot of other values. If people don't see it, then they don't see it. That's not for them. I think there's if you can have that kind of communication range, like if you could say I can press a button and I can reach a certain plurality of black men. Imagine if you could reach 10% of black men with a push of a button. Look at any area of activity. Political, economic, media, anything. What the kinetic impact of that could be. But it is what it is. So anyway, that's that. I spent 22 minutes on that. I just wanted to give kind of like, but yeah, I went off. Because I was very clear. It was really something I didn't feel like going into like that. Like I went into the idea, but I didn't feel like having no economic conversation. And we're not even going to mention it. I kind of found it interesting that when BGS got off is when all of a sudden people started popping up asking that shit. But whatever. I didn't feel like having a conversation. I was very clear in that. People like, fuck it, we gonna have it. So I'm like, well then, okay, I'm about to bring the nigga out. The nigga out of me is about to come out because I think, and it's kind of, so anyway. But I would recommend you all look at that and you all make your own thoughts and leave in the comments what you think of. You think I was just over the top? You think I overreacted? Whatever. So that's that. We put 25 minutes into that. I'm really debating whether I should go over this damn video that Young Jay gave me. Also, shout out to the lead attorney. The lead attorney actually wanted me to talk. He left a comment wanting me to talk about Abba and Preach. Truth be told, I don't look at either of their content like that. The most I see Fresh and Fit's content is when I'm watching Donovan Sharp's reviews of it, of something that happened. And it has nothing to do with their content. There's a lot of people to listen to. I don't fucking have time to listen to everybody. It's at the point where I'm listening to motherfuckers at 2.0 playback speed or 1.0 playback speed. And I have other things other than this bullshit to listen to. All right. It's a lot of stuff, What was I going to type in? Anyway. So, yeah. So, shout out to the lead attorney. He wanted me to talk about it. And quite frankly, everything that's been said, I think has been said. I will say that, one thing about game folks is you got to realize, shout out to Dre, and make sure y'all support the Cash App. Oh, it's bad. Like, I don't want to be seen as an enemy of Fresh and Fit, But remember that Spencer Cordelia, remember that white dude that I was telling that shared with you all that was doing the kind of anti MLM and him, the breaking down certain things like business gurus and stuff like that. Go type Spencer Cordelia in Fresh and Fit when you get a chance. Go type that in and see what pops up. And that came out like that was only 90 days ago. So it's a lot of people that, yeah. But I have no problem with Fresh and Fit personally. But I will say this is non-ADOS on non-ADOS violence. So it's only so much fucks I'm going to give about it. And I was probably going to do it. But ultimately, you leave all tools in the tool chest for eventual use type of dude. And the thing about the game dudes is a lot of the game dudes, they have products to sell. So they're always gonna like when people talk about, well, you shouldn't legal. There was certain things that Fit was right about legalizing stuff, but the problem is you could tell he's speaking from what he thinks should happen versus like he's biased. He's being biased. And I would actually be more inclined to agree with Fresh and Fit than Auburn Preach. But on that, he's being very biased. He's being very biased. And then you got to also look at the fact of kind of where they come from, too. Yeah, that bullshit about motherfuckers, men hate women if they got to pay all the time. No, they don't. That's not necessarily true. Because dude, they pay, understand it's an outcome. But see, the other thing I don't like either is folks act like that people are advocating that a motherfucker pays 100% of the time or 50% of the time. That is not what people are advocating. That's not what people are advocating. That's not. And so I think that argument always spins out of control because at the end of it, it's like there's not enough candor in that argument. It's really not. But at the end of the day, man, that shit's above me. Those are two non-ADOS guys. Y'all, obviously people are making the judgments they're making, and, I think there's value in Fresh and Fit talk about, but, and how they present their shit. But what they got to understand, dude, I got to tell you, they are hated in TikTok. They are hated in TikTok. Fresh and Fit, you like go type in Fresh and Fit in TikTok and see what fuck comes up. They are hated. You think man, you think some shit Cynthia G say is bad. They are absolutely hated over there. There's a reason their shit kept getting turned off. And JR kind of clued me into that, and I was like, whatever. And then I was like, God damn. So it's a lot of and I'm not even talking about other content creators. I'm talking about people. And see, the thing is, that's one of the drawbacks of being mainstream. Like when you deal with a mainstream audience, you open yourself up to arrows that some people might have to deal with. O'Shea deals with a lot of arrows, but O'Shea really ain't got to worry about arrows coming from the white side like that. He really ain't got to worry about arrows coming from black women either. So his arrows are really compartmentalized, which makes them very easy to manage. But Fresh and Fit, they can get arrows from anybody. They can get arrows from ADOS. They can get arrows from white folks, black. I mean, it's like, man, shit. Then you exposing yourself to motherfuckers seeing you straight up arrows from other content creators. Like, dang, you see you shit. And they don't even look that toxic. 18,000. What, Jim Rat? And by the way, don't even, because the joke's on me, because I'm sitting there counting down Derek Jackson getting under 700,000 subs, and this motherfucker's sitting at 1 million on Instagram. I should do an Edward, congratulations, you played yourself. Man, trust me, he'll get his YouTube back. I'm on the Derek Jackson email list. Y'all want to know the new email on his autoresponder that Derek Jackson just sent? I know I'm talking about some random shit, but it was talking about Alan Hop. It's the I love this. Hop in my DMs ASAP. I'm doing another free training in the coming days. Which topic should I cover? Number one, narcissistic secrets exposed, or the benefits of a properly loved woman. DM me on Insta to let me know your vote. Whichever topic gets the most votes via my DMs is the one I'll be covering. Shit's funny as hell. Instagram ain't as bad as Facebook. But anyway, so all right. So let's talk about the topic. So about, lead attorney. How many of y'all press 1 if y'all saw any of the lead attorney stream today? In fact, because I ain't trying to be forever in the day. I'm about to invite some of y'all on that want to come on. It's been an interesting week. Shout out to the lead attorney. Lead attorney I think, did a 7 hour. I think the stream was, last time I checked, 7 hours. He's definitely putting respect on the 5 hour plus streams. Now y'all can't say only losers do it. Although mostly only losers do it. I'm not going to lie. But it was Alan Roger Curry came through there. Lucario came through there. Anton came through there. Anton versus Lucario. Shit, that's secular versus it was shit. We might have to call it the Anton effect. I'm not go front. Frank came on there. I didn't hear none of these motherfuckers. I gotta go back through it myself. But you already know what prompted me to do this shit, which was Miss Jen from the block, which that makes sense. She's Puerto Rican if that's what she's, Jen from the block. And then Donovan Sharp. Ding, ding, ding. Yo, Sir Anthony, the lead attorney is your type of dude. The lead attorney, I didn't even know he was a divorce attorney. So, divorce attorney, I think he said he was married. I'm not sure. But he's not now. I don't know. He ain't got no kids at 44 years old. All right. So if nobody's gonna come up, because I definitely want to have an agenda, because I ain't trying to be on this bitch for forever. Y'all make sure y'all support the Cash App for real, because I'm about to do the I'm about to do the thing, as they say in the Legend of Korra. I'm about to do the thing. I'm about to do the thing.
What's good? What's good, Edward?
I'm about to do the thing. Yeah, make sure you put it on mute. So, okay, so you all saw the Jenny thing, and I'm not gonna lie, I heard some of it. I didn't really like what I saw, because first of all, the biggest thing that I'm gonna say, especially with Young Jay, and shout out to Young Jay for sending me this, and I'll get your thoughts, Kenshine, before I start pulling this up, is the fact, I'm gonna tell you something. And this is an L black men have to hold. I don't give a damn what the women say. Clout chasing. Oh God. I see what you talk about with Jason Black now. Yeah, that's anyway. Black men have to hold the L for Latin bitches saying nigga. New rule: Latin bitches need to stop saying that shit. Like fucking for real. Puerto Ricans don't claim they black, so what the fuck are you saying nigga for? And I'm just gonna leave it at like that. I know that's gonna be controversial. Oh, what's up, Dre? But that shit's gotta stop. Because I'm looking at a Tariq Nasheed video that I'm about to play. where Tarina She debates a Puerto Rican woman who is critical of FBA, Foundational Black Americans. You can feel the way you want to feel about that, whether you don't agree with that or whatever, as far as ADOS, not ADOS, whatever. But my thing is, if you're going to be critical of African Americans, then what the fuck are you doing calling somebody a bitch ass nigga? Because you mad.
What's going on, Edward?
Yeah, what's up, Dre? It's been a minute. So, so let out your thoughts on the Fresh and Fit stuff and what you were saying in the chat.
Give me 30 seconds because it's loud where I am. Give me 30 seconds. I gotta walk outside. Okay.
But yeah, that shit's got to stop. And honestly, she should have been checked. Like it was a good. Well, she should have been like checked. And this is not about the lead attorney. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that straight up because he did acknowledge like, why are you saying the word nigga? So. But, I get it. That's not about me saying he should have did it. What I'm saying is because I know how black men are. Black men let that shit roll up. A lot of these Latin bitches are way too casual about that shit. They are way too casual. And they're not black. If you're not black, you shouldn't be saying nigga. Period. 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 Bitch, shut the fuck up. Period. And I'm going to keep it real with you. Y'all need to start responding by calling them wetback. I don't give a fuck what the music say. I don't give a fuck what the music say. Period. I don't give a fuck. Just like we tell them white boys, I don't give a damn how much y'all hear it. I don't give a fuck that y'all were conquered. I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't claim to be black. I don't want to hear that shit. But white bitch can't say it. A Latin bitch can't say it. And she got real mad and she was, oh, you're a loser. You're a bitch ass nigga. You this, you that. Now fuck that. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how urban you think you fucking are. I don't care. And this ain't even about her because I hear that way too. I don't hear that personally, but I know that because I've heard it. I know that's floated. I don't give a and I've said this because we used to have an issue with SBI Latino with that shit. And BGS would be like, that's what they say. I don't give a fuck that's what they say. I used to tell BG, I don't give a fuck about that's what they say. Like, I don't care that that's what y'all, then that shit needs to change. Damn that. Anyway, make sure I get this going. But then I'm sitting here looking at this thing and like, this chick is just on some, Tariq is the one. We're gonna see what she got to say. But my thing is, here's the thing. This, you can say what you want to say. I lived in the hood. I understand. Chicago, Puerto Ricans are like the largest segment Hispanics in Chicago. I get it. I don't give a shit about the hood shit. So anyway, long story short, we're going to play this. I haven't seen this. This is kudos to Young Jay. And,
just tell me when you're ready.
All right, I'll get you in a second. And this is going to be good because this is what you can like Tariq and not like Tariq. We know Tariq ain't no bitch ass nigga. Tariq is fucking 6'5". We know he can get bitches because he got his oldest daughter. Well, I ain't calling, you get what I'm saying. So all that shit she was trying to say about Donovan, even though she didn't know who the fuck Donovan was, this is her on Tariq shit. Because you see how she was elevating Kevin, and look, they call him Kit and all types of names. So let's be clear here. This is why I love it. It don't matter about how tall you are, all that. Obviously, if you're short, they're going to be quicker to jump on that. But they're going to call you that regardless if they're mad. Because we know Donovan ain't no bitch ass nigga. We know the stuff she was calling ain't that. But she didn't know him. This is somebody that she knows. So let's see what she has to say. I'm curious on what she talk about because this is a Puerto Rican. This ain't no African. This ain't no Caribbean. So I'm curious of what that critical ADO shit is. But before we get into that, I want to get Dre's kind of commentary on what he's seen so far with what you was talking about in the chat as far as Fresh and Fit and all of that and this whole situation.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say this. This one of the things I've noticed is they got caught out for being a hypocrite. And I think that I love how they tried to spin it though and be like, "Well, Ab came on my show and then this." No, he did a video commentary and gave his opinion on your opinion, which is allowed. And I can't stand when niggas get upset because you can have a different opinion of that, and you can give an opinion or view that I have, but that don't mean that you being disrespectful because you gave your opinion. I mean, like, I'm not a big religious person. I think religion is the biggest scam in the world. But you see, I'm a Kevin Samuels supporter, and you know he loves his religion. I mean, you understand? And I think that what happened is the Fresh and Fit got in their feelings and start talking shit, and they don't realize they kind of old school. Av and Preach kind of more older school. Once you brought it to talking about, instead of talking about the opinions and talking about personal shit and then family, then what? Then what's look so bad on them? Because I ain't even gonna lie, I'd hate to be them because there's no way for them to, especially there's no way for them to come clean and look good out of this. You gonna either look like a straight up bitch or you gonna get played and niggas gonna talk about you forever over this shit. Because one, you talk shit. The nigga made a response video. Yeah, I'll box you. Now all of a sudden you start backtracking. Oh, I want to put up money. Nah, nigga. You said, nigga, you wanted those hands. Nigga said, fine. And the only thing should be, what's the date? You come out there, because basically, because I ain't even gonna lie, man. If I was the one roasting you, I would roast the shit out your ass. Wait a minute, we're gonna go say fresh and bitch show now? Or whatever. I mean, because you can't sit up here and talk about you gonna go throw the hands and then try to backtrack afterwards. Then what you do the next day is erase the video.
You know,
So
I
then that
forgot.
show like that
I,
show integrity is more important than anything. It don't matter. Y'all could have boxed it out, like you said, then y'all could have a drink afterwards. But yeah, once your integrity is done, like if you ever notice, certain content creators I used to go and be on all the time. One of the things you can say, you seen me around YouTube for damn near going on 10 years. I probably, even though I don't make content, I probably got enough hours online of video of me talking that if I came out and said anything hypocritical by now, I would have been called on it.
same thing with
And
me.
once the thing is this, right? Once your integrity is shot, there ain't nothing else can do. Either, hey, man, this is my stance, this is what I believe, this is what it is. But, hey, man, you done already talk shit. Then you try to backpedal. I hate to say, you're done. You are
Uh,
done. It's not going. You're
uh,
gonna look like a fool. And there's no way for you. The only way I ain't even gonna lie. The only way for you to come out and actually look decent after this is to box the man, and then after the shit's all over with, be like, all right, we cool. Other than
you know,
that, you gonna look like a fool. Cause I ain't gonna
well,
lie. If you ever got into any beef with me, I bring this shit up. And like literally, that's the problem. You got any beef with me, or if I hated your ass and wanted to run you, I so you would catch an L no matter what. So you might as well go ahead, set up the thing.
we'll see because they're kind of getting like I get what you're saying about and yeah, Don Calypso. I know they're in the Caribbean, but you know how the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico is, so don't do that. You know
Well, he
exactly what I
already
mean.
no. He said he'll be in the states this next week. So you know already fucked up. See,
Well,
this is the bad
yeah,
thing.
I
If he
mean,
would have backed out, then you can be and talk shit. But you can't call a fight, then back out, and then try to think that no, nigga, you don't want to call a fight. Dude said, okay. He didn't go no long drawn out video. Came back in a 3-minute clip. Okay, we can do this. You got
well,
nothing else to say
Well,
after that.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real with you, like, because I think from what I saw, Fresh is the one that called that. I think he was saying that real passe, and that's why you don't say shit like that. If
Wait. Now, this is the problem with it. The fact is this: we men, you already know. Once you draw that line, nigga,
no,
then you
I
got
understand. That's I'm about
right.
to finish it. I got you. I'm about to finish it. That's what I'm saying. That's why you ain't never heard me say some shit. You don't say that shit unless you really you know you say you don't pull a gun out like you really to press the trigger. You don't even if you say that passe like something like that.
Right?
Like you don't just say that. Like and
Because
see this is
I ain't gonna lie. Look, I ain't gonna lie. If the nigga ever said anything smart with me, I'd ride his ass forever on that shit. I'm telling because you know what I mean. Because you
well
know
you
me,
know
I'm
how
one
we
of
do
those.
when
I'm
you
a physical type
expose.
person. You know me. I kind of like boxing. You know, I'm a physical.
That's
type
what
person.
that's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna say, well, you actually an expert on like these types of tactical protocols because of
Right.
kind of your background. So
Right. I like, hey man, you say the dude said we can box it out. I mean, plain and simple. Now you want to say, oh well, I need to get paid.
I
No,
know
nigga.
Judge is like, no, you can't take that shit back.
Right. And then the fact is this, I ain't gonna lie. Look, if you would have talked to like everybody got rules. See, this is the problem is that when I say certain levels of respect, everybody got rules. Once you cross that line, like that is when you talked about the man's family, and think about it, it wasn't that Preach that did the show, it was Ab. So you talked about the man's family, his country like that. If the nigga want to talk about your mama, your kids, or dog or whatever, you already crossed the line first. Because I ain't gonna lie, if I wanted to fight you and I knew that I could and I had to get you to fight, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm gonna
See,
say
that's that tribe. See,
whatever.
that's
I'm
that
gonna say
tribal shit.
whatever it takes to
See, that's
get you.
that.
I will threaten your children, this, that, and the other, if I want to fight you. But the fact is, evidently, you realize you didn't cross the line with that person. So if the dude want to throw hands with you and he say, "Hey man,
Well,
I'm
no,
down,"
absolutely. But at the same time, man, and this ain't letting nobody I mean, it's a lot of that is, and I'm not nullifying it because at the end of the day, you know, let me say my personal opinion on how it went down. Aber and like more people agree with Aber, fuck the fight. More people agree with Aber and Preach on the merits, and I agree with them, even though I probably like Fresh and Fit more going into this. I agree
come
with
on, dude.
the points they were saying because it's very obvious that they had the typical dating coach of no tricking ever, ever, ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's that typical you need gang by this bullshit. And nobody is advocating. You ain't never heard nobody advocate, even dudes that will say I'm a proud trick. They are not advocating for 100% tricking.
Well,
They're not advocating for 50%. They are just saying they're not going to, over some quote unquote principle, not put that on the table if the situation makes sense. Even
look,
Tariq Nasheed, who is definitely anti-tricking, had to say that Rob Kardashian should have tricked on Black China.
well, but
Even
but
he
see,
had to back off on that. That was his one exception he ever made. Go ahead.
yeah, but I mean, you have to realize is like I said, is everybody got their thing, and hey, if you can't come out and say one thing, because I used to run with old man a lot, but my thing is this: he lost integrity with me when he said he was going to do one thing, and then immediately the next day did the opposite. So you said that's plain and simple. Once you like, if you backtrack and do all like this and come out and say, but if you say something as a man, do it, especially when you on these type of platforms. Because the only thing to me you got is your word, and once you lose credibility in my book with the word, I just can't support you no more. I can come by and chew, but you'll never get a dime from me again. Because
I can
integrity is
understand
an
what Joe
important
was
thing to
talking
me.
about. Yeah, with the red pill, but
Right.
but
Integrity. But the fact that's what they did is this: they don't realize they they took a big L when it came to integrity, and that's why people are going to tear their ass up. And I can only imagine. I mean, I understand. Think about it. Fresh and Fit, we know that's a different type of show there, and we know 9 times out of 10, the only time mainly I watch their shows is when they got another content creator on. I watch,
yeah.
but I don't want to watch. I hate to say
Well,
it's like dumb. It's dumb women content. I mean,
well,
you come in for 20 minutes, watch what these dumbass bimbos think, and this, that, and everybody already
yeah.
know. We already know what it is. We already know
I
that they
mean,
fucking 90% of them broads on the show. You already know that. We know that.
That's dumb too, in my opinion.
Right.
Because
One, you stupid. Well, I'm just letting you know, you're not treating the thing as a business. You stupid to be doing that.
number
Because the
one
fact
and number
is, it can only blow up in your face.
and and I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna keep it 100. When you gotta use your position, we all know when you work in a position, the dudes that the bitches wanted and the dudes that they gotta use their position to try to, and that's what that Me Too shit was about. And the thing about it is, you deal with scandalous bitches that don't give a fuck because they see you as some bullshit. And this is where that you not being ADOS like comes up. Then that like another thing too is he ain't got to worry about nobody from the black manosphere. They're exposed on a lot of other fronts that a lot of content creators might, and I don't think they really understand how many people actually want to bring them down. There's a video by a guy by the name of Spencer Canario, a white dude. He's kind of like in the anti-guru, anti-MLM type stuff. And he usually does videos, a lot of white dudes, some black people ever want to. He's actually got good content, kind of like Pocket Watch with JT. And actually, he shouted out Pocket Watch with JT recently. And this dude's got like 200,000 subscribers himself, and he basically he did a whole thing on Fresh and Fit about how they rented a car. They were doing one of these. He called it a fake. You know when you do the gold digger prank.
Yeah, I know.
And he said that whole shit was manufactured. He said that shit was manufactured. He was pointing it out. I was like, damn.
Well, it doesn't matter if the fact is this. The fact is this. You say you don't do something, and then but then you turn around the next day and say something different. That you do this, or your actions show that you're not. So that shows you got no integrity. And then and people realize because no offense, you might as well be Boyce Watkins. I mean, basically what they did is they did a Boyce Watkins. You said this, that, and the other. Then when people found out you ain't living how you say, what's the point? If you are,
they got very strong. Yeah, they got very strong momentum. But it's just like how everybody thought Derrick Jackson. I mean, most people said Derrick Jackson would come back, but I didn't even know Derrick Jackson had like 1.2 million subscribers on Instagram. And Instagram ain't, huh?
Yeah, but he lost a lot of subscribers. But even if you watch his videos now that he still put up now, he don't get after that shit came out, he took a big hit.
No, like, that's true. That's true, but I didn't even know. Like, he's still making money. He may not be getting the views, but the people that still fuck with him, but the people that are still paying.
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, but plain and simple, there's always gonna be an idiot out there that you can take their money. I mean, like even if, like, say I'm Derrick Jackson and I knew that the whole damn thing is a scam. This is a process. Now everybody knows that you're a scam artist and you just say whatever it is like that. But the problem is you lose a lot of people when you come out and preach this way and don't do that. I mean, some fools will still give you their money anyway. But a lot of people, once your integrity's been fucked with, that fucked you up more than anything.
Absolutely.
Like look. No, but I'll give you a perfect example. Look at the shit that Tommy goes through now. Everybody would have thought that you would.
Yeah, that took time, though.
Now, Tommy's integrity is so fucked that no matter what, nobody wouldn't trust him no farther.
That took a lot of time, and that took a lot of fuck ups. Like more than shit.
You done fucked up so many. No, but I mean, you done fucked up so many times that no matter what, everybody knows you have no integrity, and you'll say whatever the test sounds right at the time.
Well, a lot of people. Let's be. Some people care. Not enough people care about integrity as much as you would think.
Actually, they do. Because what happens is this: if you notice that this is how you can tell by your analytics. Because what happens is the people that continue to watch you, it's like they'll come in, they'll watch you for a while, then they can't watch this shit no more. And that's the process you lose. So that's why you might get new people to come in and just find you and find it. But then after a while,
let me give you an example. So I'm looking at Derrick Jackson's Instagram right now. Now we can say, okay, those are followers. That don't mean nothing for engagement. Okay. Right. I'm looking at his last video, literally the second post that he has, like the second and most recent. It's the actual first video. It's a 5-minute video, 4 minutes and 47 seconds. The same video. I don't feel, in fact, fuck it. I can pull this down because I want to show. And then I'm about to jump into this other thing. Because I want to go through, because I'm curious what that chick had to say, but I want to show this real quick. So, because it don't matter with the sound. So Derrick Jackson, blah blah blah. Because I ain't trying to be up here forever. This shit turning a 5-hour stream. This shit has 291,000 views. And then you look at the next one. Okay, that's an anomaly. The next one, 4 minutes, 260. The next one. Now, obviously, see, this is the power of compartmentalization. So this is what this nigga's been doing. This nigga is probably what's gonna happen is either that shit's gonna be fixed on YouTube on its own, or he'll just convert and just start doing this from here. This is where basically where he went. And these are not old videos. Like this is a month ago. So in the last month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. And obviously it ain't YouTube because YouTube pay you for AdSense. So, you taking a hit on that. But see, this is where he does a lot of his advertising on $3.96. And then this is 4 minutes. So I'm not discounting what you're saying. There is a hit, but You know, and most of the people ain't gonna have two places, and like Fresh and Fit isn't on multiple networks, so they're gonna take a bigger hit. So I get what you're saying. We'll see how big that hit is. That's all I'm saying.
But I said in the chat room they lost 18,000 subscribers already.
Yeah, that's bad. That's way worse than Derrick Jackson.
That's like Derrick Jackson. It took him a week to lose that many.
Yeah, that's real bad. And like I said, I think there's a lot more people after him, after them. All right, so let's. Yeah, you're kind of working out.
Thank
you so much. Have a good night, man.
All right. But he got caught in a lie. That once you get caught in a lie and it's boating like that, then you try to double down on shit, start talking about fighting and shit, and then now you back in track and this, that, and the other, and then you take the video down. So now you're trying to act like the shit never happened. Go somewhere. I mean, come on now. You can't. I mean, no offense, ain't no coming back from that. I mean, like,
them chicks don't listen to him for that. They know why they listen to him, and that shit is still intact.
No, I'm not talking.
I mean, pastors lie all the time. Are you talking about Fresh? Yeah, that's a different.
Women, this is the problem. When you lose men subscribers, that's what fuck you up more than anything. Because men realize, oh, this is just a smoke screen, and they realize it's easy to pull a scam on women. Because see, there's no emotional response that is not as triggered with men as it is with women.
Jason Black gonna be talking mad shit because I was listening to his last video. He was already talking shit, talking about Fresh and retards and like he always. I mean, this dude stayed throwing his shots, man. I'd be like, God damn, dude.
Well, the problem is I ain't even gonna lie, man. I would not want to be them right now. I mean, people say, oh, we feel good and this, that, and the other. Yeah, but there's so much.
There's too many people that's been waiting for you to slip.
And what's so bad is this? You got caught slipping and you got caught in lying. So that's the bad. You got caught slipping lying. It's a big difference if you was just, oh, I got caught slipping banging a chick. Men ain't going to throw you up under the bus for that. But then you say, I got caught slipping lying about all this bullshit. Then I try this motherfucker for a fight. Then I back out. Then I do, you understand? Then it's like, oh, so you just a scam on so many levels. See, there's a big difference from Derrick Jackson was just a scam on, I'm just telling these bitches what they want to hear. Now this that you Fresh and Fit, you don't come out as, okay, well, wait a minute, I say this, but I do that. And I say, don't do this shit, but then I do that shit. Then I'm gonna talk shit like I'm hard as fuck, but then I'm not hard as fuck. So you're losing on too many levels. That's a bigger level. I hate to say, that's worse than what Derrick Jackson did.
Make sure y'all support. Yeah, it is more impact. Make sure you Tarina Sheets thing is 720,000. So make sure you all support it because I'm about to play his video. So I want to make sure fair use. I'm about to play it when this chick comes on here. Man, she came on here initially. Okay, so this is gonna be funny. I'm curious. Now, did you see this? Did you see the interaction between Donovan Sharp and this Latin chick that just happened?
No, I probably didn't. But all
right, that's fine. It literally just happened.
We'll watch it. I'll sit back.
Yeah, press 1 if y'all can hear me.
Well, that is what it is.
Press 1, y'all.
What's up?
What's good?
What's up, Jen Garcia? How are you?
How you doing?
Can y'all hear it?
What's happening with you, young lady?
Yeah, I wanted to holla at you because.
All right, so let's put this on the 1.5 treatment. Talk about bitch ass nigga when I get in front of energy. I'm like, nah, when you get mad. I hate when, and by the way, I hate when women say, oh, well, if a dude makes me mad, you just a bitch ass nigga. That's why I'm mad. No, bitch. Dude is actually calling you out because anybody that goes looks at that video with Lita Turner when she got on it, she was cool as long as nobody was really challenging her ass. And then when somebody challenged her, and you know how Donovan is, Donovan got anger issues, which I'm sure you can appreciate, Judge. So when you got anger issues, you're very mindful to keep that under control. You know, You're very and you could tell Donovan is very mindful of like his thoughts. So she's like, so she got real mad because he was calling her a name. It was like a pet name. It was a bad name. But then she said, well, if I call you fuckboy, and Donovan's like, I'm cool with that. And then she kept doing it. And then she was getting angrier and angrier when she realized that wasn't bothering him. And then she just went psycho. And she went psycho because the shit she was saying was stupid. That's why Donovan went up there. Like, the shit she was saying was dumb. Like, you know how when you see Poor Man's Podcast, Pink Blood Lessons, you know, these Latin chicks that be saying the dumbest shit, like when they're sitting in these podcasts sometimes, that's what she was doing. And you know what? This is important because a lot of times in it's not so much in the red pill place, but people will like uplift Latins. The beauty of Latins is there's numbers. Right, they got numbers. So, but this idea that the fuckery over Latins, no, you got some stupid ass bitches over there too. This is why I always give Mr. Research credit when he talked about, and I've heard Donovan talk about it too. There's the white mindset, and in the white mindset you got white and redneck, but I'm talking about school of thought, and then you got the urban mindset, and the urban mindset could be any race, and this is where you start to see the Chicago, California, New York bullshit. And this is not to take shit off of sisters. I mean, we know the fuckery there. But again, do not go red pill for black women and remain blue pill for non-black women. And that's a perfect example. But let's go.
You took sound bites of my video and you fabricated a lot to it.
We already getting started. Okay, let me slow this down. Because she one of them fast talkers. So I'm going to have to slow this down.
So I wanted to know why you just took a sound bite. Like, I want you to man up. Let's deal with it. Let's debate it.
Where is Dre still here?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, you know, you about as big as Tariq, you know. Let's say that y'all in the same weight class as far as, you know. Like, what do you think of? Like, she already saying, man, this.
Man, plain and simple. As I said, plain this man up. I said, I don't know about what's the deal. If I'm watching it in real time now, and I'll give you my opinion.
All right, let's go.
When a person say man up and do like this is long, that basically they're saying, no, we're gonna debate it right now. Let's see what he says. Let's see what his response is.
Okay. That to me, but that's an interesting choice of words, though.
Like, no, man up to me, man up. That ain't fighting words. That can be used to say, no, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna sit here. And
but it's a certain type of female that when that's the words, you know, that they choose to use. Like, I can tell you right now, you say that shit to Jason Black, you already know what time that is. Like, I get you, but it's cool. I'm glad because that ain't hit your trigger yet.
Nah,
so you're gonna be a good, you know, control group because people already know how I am.
Well, yeah.
But you took sound bites and you hit behind the sound bites. That was slick. That was really slick.
I didn't hide behind your sound bites. I played your clip
in its
entirety. I did not, dear. I played your clip in its entirety.
Okay, so then where did I say I was a Spaniard and I claimed Spain? Do you know what I claimed?
No, let's go back to what you were talking about. I didn't put you.
Absolutely.
Okay, you were saying that black people look at our blackness like a scab. What are you talking about?
Okay, are you asking me to explain?
Explain what do you mean that we look at our blackness like a scab?
Okay, first of all, you sound low. Your volume just went low on me.
Okay, that's I don't know what that is. I haven't touched anything, so go ahead.
Okay, so very, very, very specific.
No, bitch, you're just loud.
Specifically, so I'm clear. Okay, I'm talking about the hypersensitivity on social media. There's a large demographic of African Americans. I didn't say all black. Okay, I didn't say anything about me claiming Spaniard. I mean, you ran off at the mouth. Puerto Rico this, Puerto Rico that. Spaniards this, Spaniards. I don't claim Spain, papi. I don't claim Spain.
Well,
I don't claim our conquerors.
Most Puerto Ricans claim they're Spanish.
Okay, so let me fuck it because it'll sound like she's going faster than what she's going. Cause she got too much fucking energy. I don't like Latin bitches like this. I don't mind if y'all can get to that level, but when you already there, oh no.
She's just one of those ones that talk real fast and like that when she get excited.
I don't like them. But it's like they get to it too quick. I don't like it. I understand if you got that level, but when it's kind of like you already like that, like a fucking chihuahua, I don't like that.
And I know that.
Right.
But that has nothing to do with me. So I would have preferred that you hit me up. I mean, because you was on my page. So I would have preferred that you hit me up and be like, yo, explain this shit.
Well,
And I could
you
have
were pretty
explained
much
it.
explaining how you felt in your thing, sweetie.
Yeah,
you were
but you,
very,
but you, and then you.
But guess what though? Let's talk about it now. It's just
No.
51 minutes.
Okay,
You're
I'm gonna tell
here.
you. This is one of the things that I've noticed too, and I think that these people get too damn sensitive with the bullshit. This is the problem, and I've noticed that runs rampant in YouTube. Especially, I've been around damn near 10 years now. If you make a video and put it out there in public, right? I don't need to call you to give my opinion on it, motherfucker. You put it out there in public, so I can give my opinion on it. I mean, one of the things that bothers me with these. Like you put a video out there in public, Edward, and then I want to go and talk about the video. I don't have to worry. Only a bitch ass nigga gonna be like, well, that nigga should be, Edward cool, Judge is cool with me. He should have talked to me before he did a response or talked about the video that I put out in public. I just find that really, to me, I found that really as men who realize that, wait a minute, I put my opinion out there just because I know you're not allowed to comment on it. That's stupid.
Yeah, because even with MOT, like he put a video out on me, and I said, well, I want to see what he has to say before I respond to it. And I was gonna do a play-by-play on it because I didn't see it. And then I started it, and he came up, and I just pulled him up, and then he pretty much, called me a grifter, talk about I can't use the word conservative, but I didn't have a problem with him necessarily doing the video. I did acknowledge.
These people act like nowadays that like it's like because like me and you, we don't see. This is the thing. We realize that I don't see eye to eye on everything that you do. I'm pretty sure you don't see eye to eye on all of my opinions. But the fact is, if you say, "Hey, man, Judge is always talking about, and he's so quick to hit somebody upside the head," and people like that are wrong, this, that, and the other. I mean, hey, that's just how I am. You just call it a spade a spade. I mean, you talking about a way that I act. And it is, even though we cool and all like that, that's not hating on me. You just calling a spade a spade.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that, yeah, it's what it is.
Right. It's a spade. I mean, no offense. And I find everybody don't realize that some things you got to take an L on the things that you stand up for. That's the integrity.
It's just like when people say I talk a lot.
No, but right. But that's the integrity part of it. Like I sit up here and I know that Ab and Preach reads the comments because the first time when I made that comment about the integrity before that on that first video, Ab and Preach came out the next day and the title of the video, because it was a comment that got hit, was integrity.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I thought that was funny because I had made in a comment to them, I said, one of the things we know about you is integrity. And to me, that's more important than anything because at least I know that the person ain't gonna bend just because something's popular right now or this, that, and the other. That's the way they think. That's how they are. They don't shift with the wind blows just because it's popular at the moment. It takes a real person to have integrity.
And for the record, Donovan Sharp was calling her honey. Shout out to Big Dog Pride, Big Dog Pride, and I've heard him say that. That's a word he uses. I mean, just like how I call bitches at like 25 years old, ma'am. Because you know why? Because I prefer to call you a bitch. That's really what it is. That's really my real default. If once she's talking stupid, but we gotta clean it up. So when you get mad, so his word of choice is honey. I ain't gonna lie, because y'all hear me fly, and maybe that's in Chicago and me, but whatever. And to be fair, like to speak to what Dre was saying, Anton did that. Like Anton, didn't agree with what I said, but he left a nice comment. Actually, Frank, another dude who was on the attorney, and I went a lot harder on him. And same thing. And he said, he'd be willing to come up and da-da-da, not Anton, but Frank. And then Anton has been, going through defending his points, and people can't like hate on that. Because, the main argument was, well, he'll sit on Fresh and Fit and not say shit, but he hasn't done it just once. He was on Bernard, he was on somebody else's shit, fantastic, somebody else's shit. But lead attorney shit twice now, and, it is what it is, so you can't take that away from him, irregardless. So, I know that's not a word, I don't give a shit. So anyway, let's go. But I'm going to tell you, that little,
You took your interpretation, you put it through your filter, and it came out through your interpretation. That's different than what I was saying.
I mean, but the way you said it, I was just playing your own words. With this blackness, we look at it like a scab. A scab. You got to keep picking at.
Yeah, but didn't you? Okay, didn't you embellish though? Didn't you embellish, Tyree?
No, bitch. You, and I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going to call you a bitch because you said that. That's not some shit that you would say. Let's be clear here. You would never hear her say that to a black person, male or female, unless she's angry. And I'm not saying she was angry in the video that Tariq is referring to, but when you say motherfuckers on social media, that is an excuse. And this is why anybody that's known me for a long time on this space, especially when you knew how I kind of met Donnie and when BMT and them were fucking with them, the habitual line severs more, like that was one of the couple of times I've dragged Latin women a hell of a lot harder I've ever dragged black women on here because they do a lot of, and I've said this before, and this is the same thing that I said about with the Black Brain Trust, Ulysses in particular. When people are being direct with me, at least I know, okay, this is what we're talking about, so we can break it down. When people are like playing this implying game, like everything, Dre, you know how every time you say what somebody said and they say they didn't say that, but they like heavily implied it. And so now it's like you verbally dancing with people. It's like, man, I'm a man. I'm not playing this game with no dude. And I don't like playing with a bitch either. And
well,
so
I tell
when
people all the time, like I said, they're playing simple. If I think you're wrong, I'll call you wrong right off the rip. I don't need to go through all the motions and it felt like this. Like, yeah, I realize. Why don't we just get like you see me, I'm kind of crazy like that. Look, when people talk shit, hey, look, man, I see we already arguing. Are we gonna get to the fighting, or are we gonna do whatever? This is just a shit talk.
Yeah, because it's kind of like if I would like the words that I used when I said you know how you are as far as anger management, and I said that like because I know you can relate to that with Donovan because Donovan just said that. Now it would be if I would have used the word like you got self-control issues and and you can see that's a slick diss, and we all know that's a slick. But it'd be like, well, I didn't say that.
Look. Saying somebody like if you said, "Hey, Dre, sometimes you got self-control issues," I wouldn't consider that a diss, because no offense, it's true.
But you get what I'm. But somebody might. But somebody might.
No, I'm gonna tell you, this is the problem. You're right. Motherfuckers want to put the shit out there and they want to put the business and talk like this, but then they don't want nobody saying, "Hey, man, you fall into that category of a person who got self-control issues." So, no offense, you do.
But
it's the truth. It's not a diss, because this is the problem. I can't stand when these niggas keep saying a diss is the truth.
That's true. But when somebody sits there and then they say they didn't say it, like they completely back off of it. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't say that, rather than owning it. Now we're walking into that integrity issue. And you have a lot of people where they like to live into this like gray area. Like, and it's not that they're always there. It's just when they want to debate, it's like a dance where they want to have quick feet. And I don't like that.
Well, no, I'm gonna let you know this is, but yeah, how we say like this is I actually said I was gonna do a video that call it the gray area, because this is the problem. A lot of people are too damn scared to choose a side. This is the problem. Hey, man, this is what I believe in. This, and this. And where like if you notice, especially like when these women call and they talk about this, that, and the other, they never want to give a direct answer. Because see, what happens is this: when you give a direct answer, people can know what side you on. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not forcing my side on you. But the reason why people don't like to do that is because you say, boom, I don't like this, and this. It's just what it is.
No, I'm just looking at some of these donors. Like, he's got 5,000 donors, 106,000 donors, 112,500 donors.
Wow. Oh, yeah. What, a month?
No, not a hell no.
I'm about to say, God damn.
No,
maybe I need to start making.
No, we talk about for this GoFundMe thing, so it ain't just a whole bunch of little people. Like, and to be fair, Tariq ain't always, and Jason ain't either, always doing like recurring shit. So it's been a minute since Tariq asked for some more money. So, we'll see. I think that's personally very ambitious, so I hope it works out for him. You said Old Man, you got to give me the link with Old Man interviewed her too, by the way. Y'all got to give me these links. But let's go over this. Let's see.
No, because
you didn't
I played your clip, sweetie, of you talking about how Black Americans look at our blackness like a scab. It sounds like a projection.
Okay, but a projection how? How is it a projection?
That sounds like some of that Latina stuff where y'all project some of the issues you have with your blackness. That's what that sounds like.
I know, but that's why you have to ask for clarification. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm very proud of my African roots. I did not claim Spaniard.
Yeah, so y'all could bullshit. Motherfuckers like clarification so they could insert bullshit. That's why when was getting mad at me talking about he wanted clarification, I was like, I'm not gonna clarify shit because I'm not. I said what I said, and that is what it is. You can either take it or not.
When I say my makeup, I never claimed Spain. But you went on a tangent about me claiming Spain, and that was wrong information.
I was talking about Puerto Ricans. Many of them in general claim Spain. They claim Spanish. So
of course. I know.
Okay, then stop acting like he don't know what the fuck he talking about. Then.
But you were talking about black people. It's like misery. You want company. All this stuff. What was all that about? What was that about?
So very, very specifically, there is a demographic specifically on social media of Black Americans that are hypersensitive to everything. And what I was saying was, stop letting.
Are you serious? There's a demographic of white motherfuckers that are hypersensitive of everything. What are you talking about?
People bait you about your blackness. That's what I was saying. Any little thing sets them off. That's what I was saying. But you went off talking about Spanish, this, that, and the third. I've never claimed Spain. That's why I was saying.
She want to hold on to that because that makes her in the right. And Tariq does do that. He implied, but at the same time,
no. But if you ever noticed what that is, this is the problem. That I noticed, especially in the YouTube community. They'll hang on one word and just go all that. Words. Oh, I never claimed this. Okay, well, fine, but no offense, that wasn't the main.
Yeah,
that wasn't the main
exactly.
This is just a scapegoat to make it say that, especially because women use it a lot. That's just to make it say I was right and you was wrong. We already know that's
all that was. And trust me, he's on target. Like, just because the thing, she's just a little bit slicker than most. Because let's be clear, why the fuck are you worried about what African Americans are doing? Like, I don't understand that. Like, why are you like, if you're like, you talk about your African roots, but you wouldn't consider yourself African American. So why do you give a fuck what African Americans are doing? Why don't you worry about these Puerto Ricans that are not proud to be Puerto Rican and want to claim Spain, since you already acknowledge they do that?
Let's unpack what you're saying, Jen. Okay. Black people being sensitive about what? Black Americans being sensitive about what?
Say that again?
What are Black Americans being sensitive about? What are you saying?
Okay, like the word racist. Like, that's been traded in. Now it's anti-black. It's just a new trending word. We went from everything is racist to now everything is anti-black, and people don't even get clarification.
We said well, number one, it's a distinction without a difference. Just because they switch the words up don't mean the same shit doesn't apply. See, this sounds like somebody that's trying to undermine the shit that actually does happen.
Before they throw that word out there. And that's a result of hypersensitivity. If somebody says something about Puerto Ricans, like, you went off on a tangent. You were like, Spaniard, y'all claim Spaniard, y'all claim Spaniard, y'all this, that. It's a diaspora thing.
That's a lie, because when Donovan Sharp called her honey, this bitch called him all sorts of bitch ass nigga. Well, bitch ass nigga. You should see how angry she was getting. I wish I could play the shit on top of each other just so you could see it. She was getting angry. Like angry, like violently angry.
It is not a Latin or black thing. It is not a Latin or black thing. Because you said Puerto Ricans. You said Puerto Ricans claim Spain, right? You said
Donovan had to calm her down too.
Puerto Ricans want to be white. I can bring you a list of black people that want to be white, and they're mixed with Cherokee, and they're mixed with this, that, and the third. It's the same thing.
Yeah, we don't deny that though.
And let's go back to the anti-black stuff you were talking about. Sweetie, you
no,
jump
but
on that.
Being anti-black.
Then you jump on that, then you immediately go back to I'm not Spanish. Look.
What do you mean go back to? I've never claimed Spain though. How can you make me claim something I've never claimed?
Y'all already know where this is going.
Well, no, but see, what it's called, where it's like this. I've been caught in a different thing, so I'm going to hang on one thing for as long as possible to make people sit up here and realize, wait a minute. Now I realize what's going on.
Yeah, and she think because she going real fast, because even I got it on only 1.125, because if I put on 1.5, shit sound crazy. She think like you not out thinking nobody. Just like they a lot of times they be thinking they be out thinking people because they doing that, and it's like.
But I mean, that's something if you always notice too. That's a real tactics with women especially, and then men who have never been around men pull those same tactics. If you ever notice, the only men that pull those tactics are the ones who have just been around women way too damn long because you acting like a woman. But that's basically standard woman tactics. They do that all the time. I'm going to hang on one thing. We're going to talk about that for 30 minutes on a minor issue when it still don't mean shit to do with the whole overall point.
Yeah.
Hypersensitive about the word anti-black. Anti-black racism comes not just from the white supremacists, it comes from other people who are in the buffer class industry, meaning people who are not black, they have black ancestry, but people who don't identify with black, but you have buffers who have the same anti-black racism. Is that true, dear, or not true?
That's true, but across the spectrum. There are black people who feel the same way that you.
Yes, we don't disagree with that. In fact, we would argue a lot of our women in the gynocracy occupy the buffer class. We're not in denial. You're projecting denial.
You're talking about right now. There are black people who don't want to identify as black. And I'm talking about African Americans.
So why do you care about what black people don't want to do? That see, you notice how it's got to be on the blacks.
Those are usually people from immigrant cultures, for the most part. This is why.
That's true, but Tariq, come on.
Okay, what do you have to say about Candace Owens?
But he's not wrong.
Candace Owens is Caribbean, sweetie.
Okay, what do you have to say about Stacey Dash?
She's Caribbean.
Okay.
You fucking with the wrong nigga with this shit.
So base butts are black women, right?
Stacey Dash.
That doesn't matter. And number one, Stacey Dash is technically, I think, mixed with Mexican or something. So no, they're not black. See, they're black women because they're dark. So you're called. See, yeah, because they're a certain skin tone. That's how you identify them, but they don't identify themselves. See, you're telling on yourself.
Mother, I think is Mexican.
But there are black women who don't.
What'd I say?
Want to be black. Am I right?
No, they're not foundational black Americans. This is proving my point. See, a lot of skin folks ain't your kin folks. We're a different ethnic group. And this is my point. Foundational black Americans, we look at ourselves differently. We have pride about ourselves. We don't walk around with that.
Just like how, like, Donna Calypso made it very clear that Puerto Rico is in the Caribbean, which I understand that. But you get what I'm saying. You know, Puerto Rico, Dominican, they have a little bit more of a mixed shit. You could throw the Trinidadies in there, but that typically is not pronounced. So, like, we know the game. So y'all know the difference amongst each other. But when it comes to black people here, it's like nobody knows what the fuck anybody's talking about. Let's see what y'all. Okay, so he's still here.
Self-hating thing that's severe, like a lot of people in the Caribbean do. They have it way more severe. They really do have it. And that was my point last night. Foundational black Americans, we don't look at our
Raven-Symoné is mixed.
Blackness as a scab. We look at it as a source of pride.
So that's the same. So and Raven-Symoné doesn't count because Raven-Symoné she's mixed.
To fight white supremacy. Candace Owens does not represent us because she ain't from our culture. Neither does Stacey Dash. So that was my point. People are going to have to respect foundational black Americans. We're the only ones out here fighting.
No, it hasn't, CJM. It's number one, it's already gotten disrespectful. But why? The only reason why it's disrespectful, there's two sides to that. You have folks that feel some type of way because black people are not really going to allow people to completely take advantage of them because we're the only group that can't really identify as a group. Everybody else can identify as a group as us. That alone should tell you something. Straight up. Like anybody, just like how if you're as a black person, if you have a problem with a Nigerian saying that they're Igbo, come on, man. Catch up.
White supremacy consecutively.
But that's also false. And that goes to show how tiny your point of view is. Okay. Because Puerto Ricans,
you see what I'm saying?
have been fighting white supremacy since Albizu Campos, since Betances, since Lolita LeBron, okay?
Bullshit. Y'all got y'all. Let's be clear here. Y'all were allowed to keep the whole island and get all the benefits from y'all were able to get a lot of benefits and not a lot of liabilities. Y'all can kiss my ass with that bullshit. Y'all vote all the time to remain a territory. And even though I will admit it's like 49-51, don't try to play that game. Y'all were not fighting it like we were. Shut up.
And
Did you know that Anthony Davis and Michelle Obama were like this? Did you know that? Or you only know Black history?
And Puerto Ricans stopped doing that shit in the 1930s and started trying
No,
to.
sir.
Yes, they did.
No, sir.
Yes, they did.
No,
Puerto Ricans
sir.
don't fight no fucking white supremacy. They're trying to.
No, sir. You ever heard of the Young Lords?
I understand that they're trying to beat white supremacy, sister. In Puerto Rico, they practice the same
So,
Black racism.
Wait, you just said they stopped in the 1930s. Have you ever heard of the Young
I'm
Lords?
not talking about a couple of individual radicals. I'm talking about the collective. In Puerto Rico, motherfuckers want to be white. When you put your name and address and your race on the census, people over there are talking about they white. People come over here and
All
talk
right,
white.
but that's a
playing now. People.
But that's a demographic. I can bring you Black people who don't want to.
Which is see, and she's trying to minimize it by saying it's a demographic, meaning it's a small exception. But the majority of them, please, man, we interact with Puerto Ricans all the time. Stop playing. I mean, I know some great Puerto Ricans, I do, but stop fucking playing.
Be Black. It's a diaspora thing. It is not a Latin or Black thing. It is that people that hate their Blackness and people that don't want to be associated to Africa. It is a diaspora thing.
And it's a Latino thing. Latino, they got a culture, La Raza, something, improve the race. They got sayings over there about improving the race, meaning lighten the fuck up. That's a part of it.
Okay, so, and where did that start?
Marilyn Negra's Dominican, but she's talked about that, and yes, that's a thing.
Did that not start on the plantation?
Yeah, it started in Spain, actually. That started.
Okay, and who keeps perpetrating the brown paper bag? Who did that?
That was over there in the Caribbean, because this is the thing, Jen. The Spanish did something.
First of all, what African Americans don't understand is like Latin America is way more colors because the stuff is a lot more merged than what it is here. There is no one drop rule there, not like that. So that's why when these bitches talk about colorism in the United States, they don't know what real colorism is. Not really. They don't know when your fucking mama is telling you, no, they're not like that.
Differently than the British. Over here with the British, when they would rape the sisters, they didn't claim.
I'm not screaming, I talk loud.
All right. Over here, when the British would rape the Black women, the African women, the Black Aboriginal women, the British wouldn't claim the children. They don't do that now. They didn't claim the children as theirs. Over there in Spanish culture, the colonizers in the that's
not what he's saying. His wife is half Jewish and half Black. You can't be half ADOS, and ancestry is an ancestry. You see, this is what Black people try to tell these other groups to try to act like they ain't Black. But if they want to act like they ain't Black, I'm from the camp. Let them not be Black. You listen to what they tell you. You're a fucking idiot if you're trying to, So y'all look. This is a pro Tariq channel. So don't be on this hater bullshit. Y'all don't like Tariq, y'all don't have to like him, but
rapists would claim the children. So you thought you were part of the family. It was a big ball of confusion. So this is why over there in Caribbean culture, there's a lot of mass colorism there because they feel like they're part of the Spanish family, and you're really not. There's a game that they play. So we have to.
I know, but that happens here on American soil with African Americans. That happens here.
It's not as pronounced as y'all do it.
Are you kidding? So I can't.
Let's say hey to all the losers that want to come in the chat. Kudos to y'all for handling them. Hi losers, y'all have nothing better to do than to come in here and jump on. Hi.
Log on.
Go ahead.
Are you gonna let me speak? I can't log on to social media and see a black, dark skin versus light skin war. I can't see that on any given day.
That is 100% the immigrant Sambo's doing that shit. 100 fucking.
That's a lie. That's not as true as what he say. But the problem is she keeps on trying to make it like it's a Black problem. And my thing is, why do you care? That's the thing I need to understand. Let's say, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you what you're talking. Why the fuck do you give a fuck? How does that affect you? How does that affect anybody you would identify with? Like all these Blacks that are hypersensitive. How does that affect you to the point where that even hits your orbit to make videos about it? That's what I want to understand. That's what I don't understand. She keeps on wanting to harp on an argument, and see, that's one thing so far with Tariq. He's arguing where if it happens, I'm like, okay, fine, it happens. Why do you care? Why do you care? Because number one, she said African Americans were doing it, but when you look at the people that she named, she's naming people, and keep in mind, she's from the Northeast, so you're naming people that you should know. You should know what their ethnicity is. These are famous people. These are people you should know, but you're looking at what they look like.
100%.
Absolutely not.
Just like fucking Auburn Preach and Fresh and Fit, ain't none of them ADOS. This is why you got to start looking at that shit.
When Chris Brown,
niggas who do that shit, they be from immigrants from West Africa and Jamaica.
Wasn't Talib Kweli just attacked on Twitter because a dark-skinned woman said that rappers only date and marry light-skinned women? Was that not an American black woman saying, hey, look at me, I'm dark and nobody cares about me?
The girl who did that was, I think she was Jamaican. That girl was not an American black girl. The people who keep up that stupid shit with that colorism bullshit, these are immigrants who do that dumb shit. They're very good at doing that, keeping up that dark skin, light skin colorism shit, because that's some shit that makes a difference in their country. In the Caribbean culture, they play those little colorism games in the Caribbean heavy. They have that heavy in the Caribbean. Over here.
Armageddon, yes, I absolutely said it. I actually said that at the beginning of my stream. We need to start checking these bitches using that. For real. No, I don't believe, and I don't agree with that, Stevie No Wonder. I don't agree with that. And because he just was talking about Cynthia G, so he knows that's not true. That's a narrative, and I think there is some truth to that, but he tries to make it like it's like 80%. Nah, and I think, and it's not. It's if anything, it's like 50-50.
Black is black. We don't trip on that shit like that over here because we're all treated the same.
Are you out of your mind? Where have you been?
Colorism ass. We don't get none out of that over here.
Where have you been in this country?
Yes,
there have been freaking wars since I was in elementary school between light skin and dark skin.
You're talking about wars. That's with the bitches. What you're talking about is black women that are dark skinned that don't like you, and this is the same thing. Because even though I've said what I've said as far as all in the community, I always have to fucking drag Latins because Latins want to have this battle with black women, and it's like, yo, why? Like for real. Because they're not gonna take that shit like a lot of these light skinned chicks that are African American identified are. So when you keep saying wars, what you're talking about is with the bitches about sexual politics. And this is not a young woman. Northeast Bronx, you heard Cardi B with that roach shit. That's what it is. Because to them, it don't matter if the bitch is African American or if she's Latin. She's a light skinned bitch to black women. You're talking, so she's exposed to herself.
And that's with your culture.
No, not only with my culture though. You're trying to put it on.
No, I hear what it is, but my point is, the point is, she is not wrong, and I get she's not wrong, but the problem is you were coming after low-key black women. You were just trying to hide it amongst all African Americans, and Tariq checked your ass on it. Which, quite frankly, what black women would expect a black man to do. That's pro-black. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
It on the Caribbean.
Yes, I am. Because
and that's not true. You're trying to put it on the Caribbean, and that's false.
Y'all bring that bullshit over here and do it to
No.
That's y'all doing that stupid shit.
No. My point was, y'all are hypersensitive. If y'all are falling in y'all, then what I say shouldn't bother you. But y'all are hypersensitive. Oh, that's racist.
No, my biggest problem is that if you need to point that shit as to where it is. Black men are not hypersensitive. You need to say what it is. You have an issue with black women, and that's some New York, Northeastern, and it happens everywhere, but it really happens in populations where it's heavily mixed in. See, Chicago's segregated, so you don't really have that issue where everybody's intertwining with schools at that level. That's not true in New York. So what she's essentially talking about is sexual politicking, because you hear black women in America, in LA, where Tariq is, same thing. That's why they get angry when they see black men with Latin women. It's sexual politicking. And what Tariq is doing is basically creating a narrative, and his narrative, it has a certain amount of accuracy, but it is a narrative, because no, it is not all immigrant women doing that. It's at best 50-50 at best. But see, that's not a profitable narrative, because he's got a African American black female audience. So of course he's crafting that narrative for his audience, but he knows that's not true.
That's not black. That's not black. Who you talking? Because I'm black. It's hypersensitivity. And my
It's
video.
called not submitting to
The
white
point-
supremacy here. In Puerto Rico, y'all submit to white supremacy. Y'all
But
mark
I
yourself down.
talk about that too, though.
Y'all mark yourself down as white. We
Yeah, y'all only have a problem when they not doling out that money and they treating y'all like Haiti.
don't do that over here. We
Who? Y'all.
light-skinned black people ain't marking
No,
themselves
but
down.
you're talking to me.
No, I'm
You're
not-
talking to me. You said it about me.
Light-skinned black people in America are not putting themselves down as white. Y'all do that
Okay,
here in
but
Puerto
you're
Rico.
talking
That is true. We don't do that. Kudos for Tariq for acknowledging that.
You do realize you're talking to me,
I
right?
don't know, but I'm talking about the collective. Don't do the individual thing. I'm talking about the collective.
But when I talk about the collective, you say it doesn't exist.
No, Jen. You know in your culture, people who look like you, who are basically light-skinned black people.
Well, I mean,
identify
when they
themselves
asked you about name an example, you gave people that ain't a part of African Americans. So clearly you don't know the fucking difference, with the exception that you think dark-skinned black women are all African Americans. Like that says a lot when you're in this area.
they mark down that their race is white. They do that, and you know they do that.
Puerto Ricans do be on that. By the way, Carmelo Anthony is Puerto Rican, but all Puerto Ricans are not like that to that level, but there's variability of levels. There's variability. There's variability. And I know, but like I know that sexual, like I'm not an expert on New York. Shout out to bartender. Shout out to Marty McFly. But when you got these motherfuckers that are bottle girls, when you got these strippers that are heavily angry because they weren't getting as much money as they weren't getting as much money as the damn they weren't getting as much money as the fucking sorry about that, I'm like blanking, as the fucking Puerto Ricans and white strippers. Cardi B talked about that. Go look it up. You know, and then they had that like strike, and I'm like, bitch, just go to Houston or go to Atlanta and be done with it. I mean, damn, you know. You see it on TikTok.
Well, basically, it's like this is. Basically, this is the problem, especially when it comes to women and they get these excuses and why the reason they get mad at other groups of women is they don't realize certain markets, certain things are popular in certain markets. And they don't realize if that's not your market, you just go somewhere else where it is. I mean, like we already know, like back in the day, men, we accept that more. We know back in the day, you already knew it was a phase. You got a good $15 an hour job. Women would treat you with respect. Now we're going through, if you ain't making $1 million a year, you ain't getting no respect. And let alone, and then even if you are making $1 million a year, technically women shouldn't have to respect you anyway because you're a man. And men are we've accepted that and kind of moved on. Women have never accepted that. They feel that under all circumstances, they should get everything.
Man.
And that's because they are a woman and they don't realize that certain groups are popular at certain times or whatever. It's like, you know, kind of like with me being a jack of all trades. Some weeks I make all my money doing electrical. Some weeks I make all my money doing plumbing. You know, you realize that I'm not going to sit up here and see, that's the problem, man. All the electricians getting all the damn jobs. And see, y'all just hating on me because I'm a plumber. But that's basically how women are. It's like when their niche is not the one favorable, they cry and complain. That's basically what it is. That's your niche.
Yeah. They want to make it an ism. They want to make it like it's racism because attention deficit
your niche
racism.
Is popular right now. Your niche is popular here or right now, or to the group of people where you are. Move to another market or change your niche.
Yeah, and that's what white bitches do. I mean, even white women, like even when white women come to deal with, they dealing with black men. Hell, some of them even fucking darkening their skin. I mean, you know, it's and this because this is a quality of life thing. But let's keep going.
But I said that they do that. What does that have to do with you attacking me?
Nobody's attacking you. Now you're talking white woman shit. Anybody attacking you?
No, you attack. You want to run back the video? We washing our pussy and our.
She doing the same. This is exactly what she did with Donovan. She be getting revved the fuck up. It's like, calm your ass down.
Now, this is the problem that too in the black community. This is the problem. People saying, giving their opinion on whatever you put out there. they think that just because your opinion is different, that's an attack. That's technically not attack. It's just a rebuttal or response to your opinion. And I think that a lot of times the women use the word attack. Like, you ever notice anytime you say anything about black women or whatever, oh, that's the problem. You always bashing black women. Well, if you gave an opinion on how you should act, and I don't think that opinion is right, that's not bashing you. But basically, they like to use a vague word because it's an action and attention getting word. And what they do is they use that to make it seem like you're a poorly helpless victim. And unfortunately, you played the card so many times to where now when you do get bashed, people don't care because they hear it. It's like, you know what I mean? How you kind of like even with the Me Too stuff, you see how that's starting to lose favorability and all that because now it's like whatever. You know what I mean? You done used it so many times where it's like, yeah, people that for now when they hear it, yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know some people will be listening to this and be like, ain't that what you did when Mike V and Ulysses and was talking to you about the economics? I'm like, no, I ain't feel like fucking talking about that. And they kept on pushing the issue. And I made it very clear. And y'all know I don't be cussing everybody out all the goddamn time. Y'all can't find like a whole bunch of shit where I'm just wilding the fuck out. So I just wanted to add that in there. Notice y'all not calling her masculine. It's Kareen. I mean, I done called her a bitch. I done said, Kareen, sorry, rewind it. Rewind the video. No, I'm not calling her masculine. I said she being a bitch. She need to calm her ass down. That shit's annoying. I did all that shit in the beginning. Shut the fuck up. Don't do that. Yeah, all you got to do is rewind it about 5 minutes. I wasn't talking. I was talking nothing but shit.
Right.
Notice you ain't calling her masculine. Interesting.
No, I called her a bitch. That's just as bad.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, like these fucking Latin bitches.
Masculine or somebody call you a bitch? I don't know. I take the masculine for $20, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying she didn't calm her ass down. I said specifically, the problem with these Latin bitches, the ones like her, is it's one thing for you to get spicy. It's another thing for you to like stay there all the fucking time.
Right.
Like that's what I said going into this. A lot of
these women, they live on that. They live. It's like I sit here and laugh because the women thought it was funny at first to act like they was this type and don't take no shit. But then you went from I sometimes act like a bad bitch to where you just live on Bad Bitch Island.
Yeah, and when you live on Bad Bitch Island,
like, all right.
Yeah, you gonna wind up like fucking Stacey Dash. You know, ain't nobody fucking with you, and then you want to come back to the black community, you know, because you want to fight the white man because you don't know what up is down. And by the way, Kareem, you proving her right. That's the funny thing about it. You are the person she's talking about. So we low-key actually defending motherfuckers like y'all right now, and you actually proving her right. You are the sensitive motherfuckers she keeps talking about. Now, my problem is that there's no point. You're not in high school anymore. You're not in high school anymore or college. So at the end of the day, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You're not in an enclosed environment like that where you can't choose who you want to be around. So this bullshit, this fucking sexual political bullshit. Anyway, this bitch. See, you done ruined it. Y'all make me not say another thing negative just to piss you off. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna tell.
In the river, Puerto Rico, that's you attacking me. Don't front now, Cerise. Don't front fake followers now. Don't you talk me now. Don't get.
Like, and I gotta say this. One thing that African American women will never appreciate. We tolerate y'all really, and this is how I know y'all are in your feelings and don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about. Well, y'all, hold on, Dre, y'all, because I want you to comment on what I'm about to say. Y'all really have it in your head that we tolerate more bullshit from non-black women than we do y'all. It's not even statistically significant. You can't even like quantify the difference of how much we fucking tolerate from y'all versus what we tolerate from other. We don't be tolerating this shit as a group from like this bullshit she doing. I would have been told her shut the fuck up. You know why? Because a lot of these niggas, they mama don't look like that. So they don't have that same kind of knee jerk, oh, well, my mama talking shit to me, I need to go ahead hear her out. Niggas don't have that same kind of trigger when it comes to these non-black females. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Dre. Am I lying?
No, you're not at all. I sit there and laugh all the time because if a white woman get cocky with me out in public, the first thing I'm doing, I'm acting like I'm about to slap the shit out of her ass. And I like literally. I mean, like, I ain't even gonna lie. I probably hit a white woman quicker than I hit a black one.
I won't say most black men are on that because most black men don't have the boldness to do that. So you especially, I ain't gonna lie though. My middle brother slapped a white bitch though. He got away with it. So that's actually true.
Well, I remember we were out of town in Tennessee 2 months ago, and I was with my girlfriend's family, and she was, and so we was all, they was all in my car. So there's like 6 people in the car. This white chick made a comment as I was coming through the parking lot. They saw how she made a comment that got smart. They saw I immediately slammed on the brakes and said, "What the fuck you say, bitch?" And like they was just like, and she was still with a group of like 5 white people men. Then white men just kept walking, and then all of a sudden she turned around and kept walking. And then their friends was like, "God damn!" He's like, "I know you said the dude is quick, but I didn't know his temper was like that." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you step out of line, I'll put you in check immediately." Because to me, I hate to say, a fight is kind of fun anyway. So yeah, you want to get to that part, we can. But I'm gonna definitely give you a piece of my mind.
Well, we know. We got to keep in mind, Dre is a special breed, but that's one thing that I think that never gets said, and you even see it with Kevin too. Kevin don't be putting up with that white shit. He's quicker to really jump on their ass than he like as far as shutting that shit down. Especially if they start trying to act like they alluded and they gonna talk about black women. And guess what? It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with we love black women. It's a respect thing. It's like number one, there's no point you bringing that up anyway. I mean, shit. If black women want to make themselves look stupid, let them. But this bullshit, this little competing bullshit, that's not what we're doing. That's not what that is. But black women, they really be out here thinking that we tolerate this shit. Like, oh, well, they dealing with me, they must deal with other women. No, we don't. And people that's listened to me long enough have seen me drag. I have taken a female verbally by her hair and fucking, you remember Nicole? I've dragged her ass. Like I was having her almost crying because she started like, I said, "Bitch, are you forgetting? Like, English, bitch, I know you speak it." Because she was starting to lose her words. I was starting to drill her ass so much. And that was over her talking about black women in their hair. Because she just kept on saying it. Like, she kept on throwing them little jabs. And then I'm like, BMT, I know you're not going to let this bitch just keep on saying that around us like she comfortable. And then I gave her one little warning. And then she had like she didn't understand. And I said, okay, you understand what the fuck I'm about to do. And then I started going in. And I was in rare form. Like, just to let her know, because it's like, you're not gonna be around us saying that shit, and it don't anyway. But but you come in this video, interesting how you all are not saying she's masculine. Shut the fuck up. Go rewind the video. Like, y'all are so fucking in your feet. Y'all have this need to believe that it's not that I'm a bitch, it's that I'm dark. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And y'all low key proving this bitch right. That's the irony. Anyway, let's go.
Captain Negro on me now. Don't get Captain Negro on me now.
And by the way, this shit is annoying. This sound, this is like that Paris Milan care. That shit is annoying hearing that shit.
Your video.
I didn't say
you were talking a lot. I know you trying to stay friendly for the networks, but you were talking a lot of pussy and tits on the video. Don't try to be non-confrontation Negro now.
I wasn't talking about you watching your pussy.
Okay, I know it's hard for you to get on TV still, but don't play with me now. You had a lot. You were talking about pussy and tits, and y'all washing your pussy and tits by the river.
This is what they do.
Come on now.
This is what they do. They're out there washing pussy tits in the river.
Okay, so black women don't prostitute themselves in America to celebrities?
Not like that.
No, not like that. But that's what
they're not walking around.
Thank you for
shit. I won't say that, but black women got their own bullshit too. But go ahead.
Proving my point. No. Your point of view is biased.
No, it's not.
Thank you for proving my point. So the women in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's a little biased, but there's nothing wrong with that. Tariq is representing. He's pro-black. What the fuck is he supposed to be?
Prostitute themselves, but the black women in America don't prostitute themselves to every rapper that walks in the room.
No.
Or to every R&B.
But you say that like you ain't biased as fuck. I promise you, Tariq is less biased because remember, Tariq got a mixed wife.
That walks in the room. Of course you do, because they think you're somebody. So black women don't prostitute yourselves.
When the rappers,
Are y'all listening to this, ladies and gentlemen? There's not one black prostitute in America.
oh Lord, now y'all know y'all be throwing yourselves at the rappers and shit. Y'all be
Yeah?
y'all,
So who throws themselves at the
y'all doing that
athletes?
shit.
We don't have to throw ourselves because they hollering.
No,
We don't have to throw ourselves because they hollering. You
Here it come. See, that's what it is. See, that's what it is.
you throwing that pussy at them. Of course they
know
gonna.
that. You know that. They hollering.
If you're throwing
Right?
the pussy, they gonna holler.
This is that New York bullshit. She ain't white, she's Spanish. Nigga, shut your dumb ass up.
That's
Right?
what it is.
Yeah. And that's another thing. It's like you hate women and you hide it behind
This nigga hates women, but he's got a daughter and he's married. Like, oh my God. You heard what he said. You heard what she said. Now, Tariq ain't even really went at her ass like that. She said the same thing. I wanted to show y'all that she's consistent. That's the real reason what I was looking for with this. Now, I ain't seen this video. But as soon as she get mad, now as you hate women, you do this. This is her default. Tariq ain't said shit that would indicate to you he hate women. This nigga, his people forget. Tariq's first book was teaching women about the game. That was his first book. First book.
political and
that was about teaching black women about the game too, by the way.
race commentary. I can tell you can rate a woman right now by her wig and her glue and her cornrow.
That's you projecting your own.
So what's the difference between you and Sotomayor and Dr. Umar? What's the difference?
That's immigrant talk, sweetie, because you live in a culture where the men.
What's the difference?
Umar loves women. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Umar hates. What are you talking about? What's the difference? Well, to somebody like you wouldn't be.
You live in a culture where they exploit.
You wish I was projecting. You were projecting. That's why you automatically said.
This is probably why she kept on saying Donovan was projecting. She probably got that shit from Tariq.
Oh, y'all claim Spain. Have I ever claimed Spain? Do you know me enough to know that I claim Spain?
Your ass. Poppy be knocking the shit out of you, especially if you're talking to a nigga. Poppy beats your ass, and then
No. My daddy's darker than you. My daddy's darker than you. My daddy's darker than you.
So stop it. All right.
My daddy's darker than you, but you don't know me.
I doubt that shit, because if he is, then that means he will white shit.
All I'm saying is, you should have called me in. You should have called me in. No, you should have called me in instead of calling me at me. Like, you was on my page already. So you might as well holler instead of explaining.
Sweetie, you gotta respect foundational Black Americans. If it weren't for us, you'd be in Puerto Rico right now eating chicken wings.
No, honey, you don't know Puerto
Well, technically that's not true. But
Rican history, that's why you're saying that.
I do know.
You don't know Puerto Rican history, that's why you're saying that.
I do know what the history
Okay?
is.
If you want to have this debate for real, I can pull up all the Puerto Rican history and all the Puerto Rican activists. If you're in America, you're wrong.
please, I'll get Mr. Research on your ass. Mr. Research know about that Latin shit. He'll check your ass real good.
This is it. That's why I said y'all have to travel. Y'all have to travel. Because here, y'all on butt hurt all day long.
We do what?
You motherfuckers on butt hurt all the anti-black. You racist.
She said, you know that she always, okay, so I want y'all, all of y'all that saw that interaction with her and Donovan, this bitch is on the internet just like everybody else. But she always is talking about, oh, you on the internet, you a loser. Tariq Nasheed has got $720,000 fucking dollars. Ray, what the fuck are you talking about? Man, you know who need to talk to her stupid ass, Jason Black. But Jason Black got to get done, roasting the red pill, black male, white ass kissers. Because Jason Black is enjoying himself. Because trust me, if you still listen to Jason Black's The Business, I ain't gonna lie, it's some good shit. I'm not gonna act like it's good shit. I can separate the content for him being an asshole.
Anti-black. That's why I said it's a scab. Stop letting people pick at your scab.
No,
Stop wearing blackness.
Black people don't walk and see that's one thing. African Americans, even like Steph Curry, motherfuckers don't be walking. Black people will tell you, like a lot of black people that they will tell you, even though black women, because they're the ones gonna be sensitive about this. They will tell you non-black, even though they capping, but they'll tell you non-black men treat them better. Non-black men make them feel better about who they are. That's what they say over there. So her argument is not that black people are making other black people feel sensitive. This African American. Her argument is we're just sensitive, and that's not true. That's a projection, not for the reason she's talking about. Sexual politicking is not really self-hatred. It's sexual competition.
As a misery.
No.
All right? If y'all the strongest, and y'all the kings and queens, and y'all the baddest motherfuckers on the planet.
I don't listen to Jason Black as much as I used to. Like, I don't listen to his like white supremacy shit, because once you've heard it all. I still need to get back into Professor Black Truth, but I do listen to the business. You think I would have recommended that shit if I didn't think it was good?
Act like it.
But,
Stop being fucking butthurt every time a Warren
but
breathes.
at least if we're butthurt,
Ow! You racist, ow! You anti-black. Like, act like you're the fucking strongest motherfuckers on the planet then. Stop being so hyper fucking sensitive.
Butthurt is when you have to flee your country like you did, sweetie.
What country? I was born here. Did you flee Africa?
You were an anchor baby, sweetie.
Did you flee Africa?
You were an anchor baby, sweetie. You had to flee.
See, now he's roasting because now he's getting mad. But at the end of the day, we know how Tariq is. We don't know her. The thing is, this shit sounds like this is consistent. This is consistent. And Donovan and Tariq are big dudes. And Donovan and Tariq give the presence of big dudes. They don't give the presence of, like, you know, these bitches like to call, you know, little, you know. So, you know, I like to showcase this because I ain't saying this is true for all women, but a lot of these women, that bitches be bitches. Let's go.
See, Africa, where you born here?
Boo-boo, you're an anchor baby. They had to bring your ass over here and anchor you our black ass.
Look, Tariq, don't give me the closet homo shit. Don't Google me.
No, sweetie.
Don't give me the closet homo shit. Don't Google me. Don't Google me.
Baby, you're an anchor baby. You're an anchor baby.
I was born here just like you. I didn't leave no country.
No, nobody in my family.
I didn't leave no country.
You ain't just like me.
Okay.
Nobody in my family's in
I was born here just like you.
I come from Harriet Tubman stock. My family didn't run.
Okay. I
come from Harriet Tubman stock. That's some funny shit.
White supremacists, we didn't run from them. Y'all
you don't come from Harriet Tubman. You're a YouTube personality, Kyrie. Stop.
And you're coming over here.
He's a YouTube personality that raised $250,000 in a fucking week. Let's stop bullshitting. You know. Let's understand what the rank is. And to be fair, Tommy raised money, even though it took him forever to do what the fuck he said he was going to do with it, but whatever.
You're a YouTube personality who calls women out.
And Tariq does not really call women out. That's bullshit. Like, that's your go-to.
No.
But don't call them on to defend themselves. You're a YouTube personality.
No.
You're not.
He just had you up. He's talking to you now. Go ahead.
I give you a problem. I say, you see, like, that's the main. She just let it slip right there. When you made a comment, you will call women out. Basically, what it is this: you're never supposed to call them out when they do anything wrong. You're just supposed to accept it and let it move on. Like when they say something that's not true, or when they go further. But if you notice, that's the whole thing.
Pepper spray.
She's mad about that. That women called out. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck who it is, man, woman, child. If you're wrong, you should be called out.
Yeah, and really, women should be calling other women out, and not the way she's doing it. Like, you know, you should see more of, look, Monique ain't no pro male type, you know, pro male female, but Monique was like, this made the sisterhood look bad when it comes to the bonnet shit, you know. Even though, you know, Monique, you say Monique was Lizzo before Lizzo. Never not necessarily at the same level as far as how they promoted her, but yeah, but still, you know, so yeah, that's the common denominator. And so anybody that calls, see, and what's funny is Donovan's married too. So you're literally projecting this shit on motherfuckers that are married. And even with Tariq, look at who Tariq is married to. So you can't, even what you're saying anyway.
So you don't respect black women or black American culture because you're a tether.
Right, well, that's what you're going to say because it wows you.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. That's just funny. I'm sorry.
Followers up, so you gotta say that. And that's what y'all do. That is what y'all do. Hey, everybody, she doesn't like black women because you know black women are sensitive and they're gonna be in my DMs all night.
Well, you're not gonna be. Well, here's the truth. No. The truth is, you ain't talking about black men being hypersensitive, and even black women ain't. They can say niggas ain't shit and no. Come on, like this same shit Cardi B pulled. Even though she's more Dominican, calling motherfuckers roaches and burnt, and then you got niggas, you know who you are, in the broad, man, that's just what they say, yo, man, fuck that. Y'all niggas need to stop that. Yo, fuck if y'all want to fuck these bitches. I get it. I get it, but you better go on a boycott. You better go on a boycott with that dick. Let them bitches be mad. Make no mistake, they hollering at y'all more than we hollering at them. They like to act like that's the case, but you know. Shout out to Bennett with the $5 cash app. Make sure y'all keep them cash apps coming.
Yo, y'all got that?
Because you know they flexed it, and it'll be on DMs on that. But the funny thing is that you great black women. Isn't that funny?
No.
But you trying to pick them on me, you great black women.
Talk about how the niggas want to holler at you.
But you drag black women.
Exactly. Tariq Nasheed doesn't drag black women. Like on the pantheon of motherfuckers that drag black women, you know, if you look at the scale of like Sith Lords, Tariq ain't that. Like, who's like the biggest Sith Lords? I'd say David Carroll and Jap is on that side. I'd say Tommy Jap got Tommy Sotomayor at this point as far as that. And David Carroll, I'd say a little bit more on that than Jap is. Tariq is not on that side because Tariq is not on that. He'll call bullshit what bullshit is, but he's not on that side.
You drag black women, and we see it. Why you drag black women now? You tell me.
And black women rock with me.
No, but you drag black women. Why do you do that?
I drag black women. I drag immigrant coons and mammies.
Ain't your mama black?
I drag immigrant coons and mammies.
Ain't your mama black? Wasn't you just talking about a black woman's wig and wig glue?
Yes,
that was a black woman you were talking about.
No, that was a black bitch. There's a difference.
That's what I'm
saying. No, you're talking about black woman on your page right now.
My mom ain't an immigrant, sweetie. My mom was black American.
But your mama's black, right?
And I don't know if the one with the wig, we haven't confirmed that she's black yet.
Was not an immigrant. My mom was a
tolerating black women and trying to pin it on somebody else. You hate women.
No, you hate America. You hate black America.
Okay, you hate women.
You hate foundational black
in general, and that's why you picked on me. But I'm glad you did.
No, you hate.
I'm glad you did. But next time you're talking my page,
Jen, you're black.
Come on.
Jen, you claim you're African.
I can play YouTube wars with you. I'll play YouTube wars with you. That's what you diminish to YouTube wars. I can play YouTube wars with you.
You're mad and you're triggered.
You don't play YouTube wars. What the fuck are you doing right now? The only difference is she's smiling, but boy, when I pulled Don, she was wilding out with Donovan.
Foundational Black Americans.
Because I'm talking loud on Puerto Rican, remember?
Oh no, that don't happen.
I can talk loud. I just talk loud. If I'm ordering pizza, I'm talking loud.
Well, y'all stop. Y'all wish y'all stop that contempt for Black American women. Y'all take little digs at Black American women, and that's some sucker shit.
That is some absolute true shit. And I'm gonna tell you, I understand the gynocracy, but that is some shit for us to do. It ain't about digging. We call out the facts, and they don't like it. Because we want them to fucking change. But this little competitive sexual bullshit, I don't let that go. And that's one thing that's consistent. You ain't really see, that's the difference between us and like Cynthia G. Cynthia G would get a white man up there talking shit about black men because these women be really having low-key hatred for black men because they project that shit because they can't hate themselves, so they hate us. You don't see that in the manosphere like that. You don't.
That out. If it weren't for Black American women, y'all asses wouldn't be over here benefiting off the goodies that Black.
You think so?
Well, the problem is Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was. No, that's not really true for Puerto Ricans. That's the problem, Tariq. And I know you know that, but whatever.
So,
Davis, who Lolita LeBron is.
You what?
Ask Angela Davis who Lolita LeBron is.
Angela Davis was a sellout fucking CIA.
Hate black women, thank you. You hate black women. Thank you.
Sellout.
Thank you.
With black women. That woman is a
confirmed.
I got it.
So now Angela Davis.
Yes, Angela Davis is an operative of the.
And you don't like wigs on black women.
Okay, that's stop projecting. Stop it. Nobody's.
You hate black women. You the last.
You don't like.
For all y'all that want to know where she learned the word projecting from. There you go. Because she was using that motherfucker like a motherfucker on the attorney shit.
The Black Americans. Because
no, I don't like hypersensitive. I don't care what race you are. I don't like hypersensitive. I don't care what race you are. And social media has made a lot of motherfuckers hypersensitive. It has nothing to do with race. I don't like hypersensitivity. When you did what you did on your YouTube, 20 hypersensitive motherfuckers, bitch made dudes, because it was just dudes in my DMs. It wasn't even women. It was just bitch made dudes. Okay, hypersensitive just like you, but I know you gotta get your spins up. I'm glad you told me to get your spins up. Okay, I'm glad you told me. Okay, y'all are hypersensitive. But most of y'all on your Sotomayor, y'all just hate women.
That's
Y'all just ain't with it. All
And this is how you know she don't know who the fuck she talking about. Oh my God. I'm almost done with this
my
bullshit.
DMs are men. You said it. Black women are holding it down. While y'all playing YouTube wars and getting your hair braided, black women are holding it down. What are you talking about?
You're not a representative.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you eat off black women. You eat off black women's culture.
Yeah, but give me one thing, please.
No. See, you try to be a tether for black women when you have contempt for black women. That's the thing about some of y'all.
That's interesting that you just described.
That's actually very true.
No, see, y'all immigrants.
You see how psychology works? You just described yourself. But if we let you talk long enough, it comes out. You start talking about the wigs. You start talking about the big moves. You start talking about Angela Davis was a sellout. If we let you talk long enough, Tariq, it all comes out, don't it? It all comes out. You're trying to tether for black women, and you hate black women. It's all coming out, and that's why I wanted to jump on this side. The motherfuckers are blinded by your black power fist. You're full of shit. You're just like Umar and Sotomayor, okay? You're just trying to get back on TV, okay? And you will not.
Ma'am,
Umar was never on TV, and Sotomayor was never on TV. And again, oh my God, I'm actually about to get the lead attorney shit. This is hard for me to deal with.
And I always say when I'm in the space that like a lot of these non-ADOS chicks are some of the biggest snakes and coons out here, bro. Like I always keep saying.
Well, I'm not even on that. I just want to pay attention to how she's acting.
No, yeah, and like to what you're saying, like what a lot of them do is that like they'll play like this like double talk smokescreen shit, where like they'll come at black women, right? Because sexual politicking, and then typically, and if you notice, right, it's always them by themselves. Like you never really see like for example, you don't really see like a Puerto Rican man come at this like that. It's always the women.
Well,
who come over here and shit.
You got some special exceptions.
It's the special ones, yeah. But typically, like the non-ADOS men rarely come over here. It's always the women who find the way in these spaces talking mad shit.
Well, because they try to make themselves feel better by beating up on black women. But see, the problem is, for the most part, that's their fight. That's black women's fight to fight. But it's not like hold on. No, I'm just saying it's not. If they are in our presence doing it, we not gonna sit there and say that because that's low key disrespecting us. But if you're like in our presence directly doing that, that's why it gets checked. But if and people will try to bring up that one time with that Colombian chick on Kevin's. Y'all can bring up one time as you want, but for the most part, she wasn't like jumping on anyway. But because motherfuckers be reaching. But anyway, let me let this go because I'm actually about to play the shit. Let me see.
It's to a YouTube personality. Welcome to YouTube.
I'm not.
Welcome to YouTube. Okay.
I'm on television all the time, dear.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll turn on BT see if I see you. I'll turn on BT. I make that shit.
The nigga's on the news. He's on the news. Yeah,
I'll turn on BT. I'll turn on BT.
This is what she thinks. Like she's actually she thinks she's got Tariq on the hook, but she's actually the one on Showcase like a fucking zoo.
Dude, I don't be.
I'll turn on BT. But just don't money.
Okay, so we're gonna stop that because it ain't like she's gonna say something different. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up how she was with Kevin.
She was on Kevin's show.
Not Kevin, Donovan.
Oh, I was about to say he was on Kevin's show. That wouldn't last long. Shit.
Oh yeah, because Kevin
does not have that patience.
Yeah, not.
Kevin,
she definitely.
She'd been gone the moment her voice went octave.
Yeah, and she knows who these guys are because she mentioned it.
Again,
so let's go.
Like I said, all these non-ADOS chicks, I don't know what it is. Like,
well, I won't say all, but the point is, again, this channel preaches awareness, and this is always good to play this type of shit. Now, this is an old bitch.
I agree.
She got her.
I'm just saying though. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they come here to attack y'all, but won't say shit to their own men.
Including African chicks too. Because on their men, will slap the shit out them. And
because
even
like,
if even you talk about Nigerians, they
Yeah, same
disrespect their
thing.
men. I'm on the block with slap on the block with because their own men will slap the shit out them. They know that.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying though, because like I know you talk about how you go on Latinas. I go on Latinos all the time, and it's funny that when you bring up it's funny when you bring up how these fuckers are walking around with their conquerors' last names proud as hell. They all get quiet and shit. Her name's Garcia, right? That's Arawak.
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah. I mean, but the thing
it's
about it
wild.
is, I get that, but I deal with folks, but I don't deal with it enough to like do that, to even. I get what you're saying, but let's
I know
move
what I'm
on.
saying. It's just like wild. Like these fuckers just come. Like I don't know where it comes from. Like
Yeah, but let's see. Let's go. Let's go with this. Let me know if you can hear it, y'all.
Women should never feel sorry for the plight of men, and vice versa. But at the end of the day, a man is not entitled to a woman's body any more than a woman is entitled to a man's resources. However, when you deceive one way or the other, when men deceive women to get their body without the chance of a long-term relationship.
And FYI, Donovan had to come on here because Donovan was in the chat talk. This bitch don't know what the fuck she's talking about. That's why he felt the need to come on.
That's a bad thing. It happens a lot more on the female side.
Have you muted, Jen? I'm sorry. No, you're good.
First and foremost, these are all opinions. So I may be wrong. You said I'm not right, right? I don't think you're right either. These are just opinions, right? Wait, let me finish because
Hold on, real quick.
Let me finish because I let you speak.
Okay, you can't hear. Okay, so let me bring this back up.
it's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? News Nexus. What's up? What's up?
New Nexus Network. How's everybody doing tonight?
All right, yeah, I'm doing all right to be quick with it because I got a troll infestation.
Okay, I'll make
So
it.
But no, you good. No, you good. I realize you're not a troll. So what's up?
I'll make it. Well, I was watching the lead attorney show today, and I was just and how Donovan handled, I guess whatever her name is, Jen. I was like, Donovan was making some logical, very very stern points. I mean, he was on point. He was doing what he always does. And Jen was like, I was like, wow, how the first thing that came to my mind is the way she was word dancing and avoiding answering questions and just being so evasive and also disrespectful at the same time. I realized that she could. She's done this before. She's good at this. She has practice in this. And lo and behold, I see this video with her and Tariq Nasheed.
Oh, okay. So you did see it. I don't know if you just like popped in here because the algorithm showed you, but yeah, she was wild, and that was 23 minutes before she really revealed who she was. So it just took less than an episode away.
Yeah, I must say that she was pretty good at it, but at the same time, that's a problem. No, just. I think it says she's like 47 years old, not married.
47. God damn.
Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody has time for that. Nobody wants to be involved with someone like that. And there's like I said, there's a reason why she's single, and she showed it. She consistently shows it on video with Nasheed and what she did tonight. She's basically telling her
like that will get you slapped.
I don't want to do with that
eventually.
Yeah, and here's the thing: Donovan Sharp and Tariq Nasheed are not the same guy. They don't. But the funny thing is, these are bigger guys. The point is, these are not guys that basically elicit that beta energy that women like to say triggers them to be bitches. Because that's the argument, right? It's always, well, I can, if you're, because that's what she said to him, and that's what she really said to Donovan. Oh, I don't like bitch ass nigga. Well, we know you can not agree with Tariq. We know Tariq ain't nobody would say this being honest. Tariq would be characterized as a bitch ass nigga, even if you can't stand his rhetoric. You wouldn't say he's a bitch ass nigga. He don't carry himself like a bitch ass nigga. So when women always talk about like I get triggered, so I you know what I'm saying? They like to blame their being bitches on beta male energy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play this to show, and both of these guys are married, by the way. So it's bullshit. It's not true. It's not true. And Tariq doesn't make his bones clowning women. you know, he'll clown an individual woman, but that's not how Tariq makes his money. Hell, he had a link in there talking about some fucking pepper spray. Well, you know, dudes ain't buying that shit. So
yeah, I was watching it and I was like, she had to have done this before. It just sounds too natural. I mean, she has to have had practice, and in this video confirms it, because I was like, wow, this is just amazing. She just was being disrespectful, using the proverbial sign language, just being just downright rude, not making any consistent. She may have made a consistent point here and there, but at the same time, her argument was not. It was she was raising her voice to cover up the fact that she was losing the actual argument.
Yeah, and that's what she does. And a lot of women do that. A lot of urban women do that. Latin women do that. Black women do that. Some white women won't be as quick to do it because, you know, they come from an environment where that's a no-no.
Yeah, they'll get punished for it.
Yeah, like versus there's but she was on here for 3 hours, and really Donovan was the only one to really challenge her. I mean, they may have challenged a point or two, but Donovan kind of challenged, like, you don't know what you're talking about. And let's keep it real. This took a lot. For Donovan doesn't normally pop up on stuff. He don't know lead attorney like that. So for him to come up, probably was a combination of other people coming up too that was kind of that he has respect for, like Alan Roger Curry and Lucario and stuff. But probably also the fact that the amount of crap. Look, you already know Donovan's going to review this. You already know he's going to review. He's going to do a review on this. But let's see what he says, because I'm curious in real time, because I didn't hear the whole thing. But yeah, let's see.
Hey, I listened to you talk. For an hour. You want to talk?
I didn't know you were backstage Stevie. I didn't know you were backstage Stevie.
You go to articles and see that 30% of women who go out with guys on Tinder.
Press 1 if you can hear it.
Do so.
It's a little squeaky, but I can hear it.
However, that's facts. That's fact. That's fact. That's opinion, sweetheart. That's a fact. It is what it is. And you know, and check this out. I don't even blame the girls. If it's that easy to score free meals from clueless guys, baby girl, do you? But by the same token,
and another thing that I gotta say for the manosphere, don't y'all act like that we ain't been doing videos about these Latin females talking to, like they be acting like bougie as fuck. Those videos be going around too. Like when they be on them podcasts, like that. What was the last chick? That Blue Jasmine. And then before that, it was a video where she was on and another chick was on talking stupid. So don't be acting like we be giving them passes. We just don't focus on them like that.
Then get upset when a guy runs the gambit on you, uses you for sex for 2 weeks, and see, a girl will fuck over every man she has something to do with. Every man she has something to do with. The minute a man gets over on her, niggas ain't shit. Dudes ain't shit. Now you can go on with your facts.
Okay, first and foremost, I didn't know you were seething watching me for an hour. That's a personal problem that you have. You were seething. You're dying to get at me, right? So now you're here. So let me speak. Let me speak. Let me speak.
Hold on, Donovan. Let's let Jen speak.
Okay. You were backstage seething.
Let's be clear here. She was on this bitch talking this bullshit for an hour. No, he wasn't seething. Here's the issue. Shout out to the lead attorney. The lead attorney shit is lit. So it's like a club that's hard to get into. That's not no diss. I get it. You know, you see the growth. I get it. You know, so that's why I didn't take an issue when I was back there the whole time, because he runs the stuff a certain type of way and he don't know everybody that's in the chat. I'm sure had he knew it was Donovan, he would put up. That's why I was in the chat talking about let Donovan up, because I know how long your ass could be back there. And I know Donovan wouldn't go away because I wasn't hear what Donovan had to say. So I was adding the lead attorney every time I got, because it was in slow mo, talking about let him up, and he did. And not because I did what I did, but I like to think I helped. But no, he wasn't seething. What it is when you're full of shit, you can't wait to correct the bullshit. So she's trying to establish it as he's in his feelings. And like, this is a chick that's on YouTube. She got a background like everybody else. You would think that this chick, like, she was like Kendra G, not Crimson Cure, but the one that went on to Kevin Samuels stuff. Yeah,
with the frozen eggs.
You would think, oh, I'm on the radio, so you little niggas on YouTube. You would think that's how she is. You would think that's what it is. But I'm like, bitch, you on YouTube like the rest of us. Like, you got a background like the rest of us. Yeah, and you're 47 years old. You ain't got the kind of no. You over here trying to get clout.
There's no right or wrong here. You have an opinion. I have an opinion. Men
It's not an
take
opinion.
advantage of women. Fact. Women take advantage of men. Fact.
Yes.
All right, you're talking about men are supposed to be the financial providers, and that's what they're supposed to do. First of all, men are constantly preaching 50-50. A man just said if a woman doesn't go Dutch, she's for the streets.
That's not
Okay, a man just said on his live.
Donovan. Oh wait, hold on, wait, Donovan. Hold on, wait, Jen, hold on. Donovan, go ahead and let her speak. She let you speak. Let's hear what she has to say.
Yeah, and the truth is, dudes are not. No, you hear that. Dudes are not constantly preaching 50-50. That's not like that. What dudes are saying is that you need to make a bitch buy in. Because you need
invest.
Yeah, and sometimes going mode one, a lot of dudes ain't got the ball. Let's just call it what it is. A lot of dudes, it takes a certain type of balls to do mode one. Okay, so there's other more indirect, but directly in. I should trademark that directly indirect. Indirectly direct ways of establishing that. Going Dutch is one of them. Because let me tell you something. Even if you got it, it shouldn't matter. Like it shouldn't matter. Hell, I'm gonna tell you how. You know how I do it. You want to know how I do it? I don't ever I never go Dutch with a woman. I do it by telling her to get the tip, and I see how much fucking money she's gonna leave for the tip.
Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, I did because usually what I do is I ask for gifts and see what
I've done that before, and some women. I've had some women that be hesitant to leave a tip. They don't even want to leave a tip. They're like, well, why should I leave a tip? I'm like, they pretty much try to deflect it on the actual waitress or waiter or something.
Oh shit, that tells me, and I'll flip it too. Usually that's what business. Then that's usually when if I'm taking somebody out for business purposes, female wise. Like, it's something I'm trying to tap from them, like a network or something, and then they pay. That's the only time like they'll pay, but then I'll leave a tip, and it's usually like very close to the amount that they pay because it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand that some people will take people out for business dinner to pick their brain to get a free consultation. Women be watching out for that. They actually got something to say, but yeah, so there's way, and even if she don't, there's way, and that ain't even necessary for me. That tells me a lot about her because people that actually got money, and I'm not talking about that they just got money. I'm talking about like they're used to being in fine places. They understand the rules. Yeah. So that tells me a lot about you.
No, I'm gonna steal that because usually I ask for like birthday gifts to see what the response is. Like,
hey man, I'm not trying to advertise it. Yeah, I'm not trying to advertise like you can learn game from me, but let's just say I got my. No, I'm talking about the notes, but I got some ideas.
That's a pretty good one, though.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one, though.
Yeah, so there's ways.
I pay the tip. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, so
and to be totally honest with you, a lot of times, like if a woman is like really into you, she'll say, "I'll pay for the tip," and she'll leave a pretty generous tip. So
I look for that too, and I look for that too.
The initiative, right?
And understand something. You only get one good date out of me. Like as far as I don't really think, outside of that, I don't do that 3 days bullshit. That's too many opportunities. But he'll talk about that. Let's go.
Projecting because he's emotional.
See, he learned that word from. Now we know where she got that word from.
But go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. Okay.
I don't know. I don't care. We've all been through some BS with the opposite sex. If you're a heterosexual person, you've been run through the mill.
Let the record show. She's 47. She's the oldest person on this panel.
Been had or whatever. Been lied to.
Cold word. She's hurt.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. She don't look bad. She don't look bad for. I don't even just talk about face. I'm talking all. She's 47.
No,
with that loud shit, man.
Women take advantage of men. Men take advantage of women. He just said something.
The difference is there's a lot more opportunity. Women have ways of punishing men to do that. Like in this society, men. I would have asked her, how can men really punish women legally? Because there's a lot of ways women can do like extra legal bullshit, like social shit, like saying like even the bitch Nivea talking about I was pimped and shit.
Yeah, Ed, I don't know if you know Jordan Peterson, but a big thing he talks about is how women use social sabotage more than men do for acts of aggression. So whereas men are more physical, women will. Well, no, he said they use reputation destruction.
Yeah, and Dr. T.S.I. Johnson talks about proximity violence, which in Chicago we call send-off missions, where a lot of black women
don't want to acknowledge that.
Where women and Latins are big about that shit too.
Oh
Latins
no, it's part of the
culture.
It's part of the machismo of Latin culture, where so a real man, woman. Yeah, I mean, like I live in Atlanta, so where I've lived and where I live now is like fairly mixed with Hispanics, and it's interesting to see because like half the time they act like niggas, then they act like whites, then there's this whole heavy Catholic machismo shit going on, and you'll see all types of shit where like you'll see dudes fighting at the bar over a bitch, for not that the girl was pregnant by somebody else and shit,
and
the kiss baby and stuff. It's really interesting.
So let's So let's
back to your video.
But when a man gets over, God forbid, what are you talking about? Men get women pregnant and dump them.
Men get women pregnant.
Oh my God! So
men get women pregnant because women are just robots. Women just robots.
She said that, I was like, wow.
Men get women pregnant.
Yeah, as if like
as if it's like non-consensual, right? Like,
now I'll give her a little bit of rope on this because Latin women, there's this heavy social pressure to not abort. In the Latin community. But still, you still like who you fucking with. Don't come with the bull. Because that same Catholicism say you're supposed to be marrying motherfuckers. So you can stop that. Men get women pregnant and leak. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. From what I was told, the reason why they have so many kids is because like they don't live in condoms either.
But that equalizes everything, right? Like men, like you chose to have a baby. Like this, men don't want to get you pregnant. Like the reality is men are not out here, I want to get her pregnant, I'm gonna leave that bitch. No, that's not what that is, because there's financial consequences to that. So again, whatever.
And not to mention not only they chose to have a baby, they chose the guy that they slept with.
Yeah, which is something. Yeah, whatever. We know bullshit.
I mean,
hold on. Let's go. Because we know that bullshit.
You don't want to debate me. You wanted to debate your experiences and you're projecting. And I'm like,
I mean, that's true for certain. That's true for certain people that come into this space, but that's not true for content creators. Most of the content creators. That's some shit. That's like a insert here and apply it to everybody's thing.
That's what Antoine did.
Okay, and you can address me as Jen. I don't have to be honey, baby, sweetie, boo boo. I don't have to be all of that. Relax. We can have this discussion.
Mama, we made it.
Fuck y'all. I got multiple YouTube accounts.
Okay, but you're projecting.
Oh yeah, but now if I would have called her ma'am, she would have felt a certain type of way about that shit. I would have got instantly cussed out.
At her age, it would have been an insult.
What's that Latin judge to be on daytime TV? Judge
Shapiro or Jerry,
she be
like
talking.
That, yeah.
Oh God, I would not want to get in front of her.
I think it's like Jeannie Shapiro. Yeah, Jeannie Shapiro. And
give
shit.
Me Judge Hatchet. Fuck that.
I'm not projecting at you. I'm not saying all men are dogs. You just said that. I don't think all men are dogs. I don't think all men are dogs, but you just threw that at me as if that's my point of view. And as far as, you can't speak for a man because you're not a man.
It's your point of view, essentially.
I speak for a woman, but because we are heterosexual individuals, I can talk about my experience with men, and you can talk about your experience with women. But you're coming in too hot, and I didn't do it to you, honey.
This is light skin on light skin battle right here for all y'all that be thinking we on the same team.
Baby, sweetie, boo-boo.
Don't touch the BP that.
I have my opinion.
I prefer boo-boo, actually.
Okay, well.
So what do you?
Donovan was doing that on purpose, and Donovan was doing that. Donovan was doing that on purpose. He was testing her. This. By the way, y'all. Do y'all know what this is for all the game people? This is called a shit test. No, this is called a neg. This is called a neg, and watch how effective it is. Sometimes negs can blow up like grenades. Watch what happens.
How do you respond to her, Donovan? What do you think about what she's saying?
Let me quickly.
Yeah.
Jen, you're right. A lot of
the lead attorney be charging these billables up while he be on this fucking YouTube shit. I bet this nigga be charging like $600 an hour. He be like, shit.
Men, in particular, a lot of men without a lot of experience, they use their own personal experience as sort of the barometer, right? If they experience something, then everybody did. But here's where you're wrong.
You think I'm fucking playing? You hear that typing? That nigga charging. Somebody is paying.
Honey, millions of men are telling this same stories. Men are getting divorce rates. Men are getting. Listen, you want to say
Hey, Donovan better than me, man. She got that shit. Like he was throwing it out there, man. Like he's like, man, Donovan's an asshole, but the best kind.
all hot and heavy, you start projecting. Listen,
You are.
okay, that's fine. You can say whatever you want because that seems to be the boilerplate template for someone who's in their feelings.
You know what I find funny? Like before Donovan started showing his face, everybody thought he was white. BGS mistake.
I get the same thing too, honestly.
Yeah, BG. Like I remember that too. And then when people saw Donovan, they're like, "Oh shit!" Like this is a motherfucker. Like if you say pull up, let me get some fuck, and then you be like, it's just like a Tommy froze with Tariq. Like, oh shit. Not necessarily because you scared, but you gonna be like, oh man, I'm about to really go to town. It's kind of like when you play Mortal Kombat, you get your ass beat by one round, and then you gotta be, so this is what game is gonna be in the 2 set match.
And you get beat clean too. You get beat clean,
and they be like, and then you come back and whoop their asses to let them know, look, this ain't gonna be what you thought. You just caught me off guard.
It's not for me. No one's sweet over here.
I'm not mad at you. What I'm telling you,
I call Shao Kahn's hammer my bitch. It's funny.
Who do you play? Who do you play MK11? Who do you play?
Yeah, Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn
struggle bus.
And Shao Kahn is I call my name is Outworld's Trump. So motherfuckers be getting real mad at me. I be forgetting that. That's why I get teabagged so much because people be crying.
Yeah, a lot of the MK scene is very heavily non-white. So yeah, you're gonna get hate for that shit.
Yeah, and I be laughing. I be laughing because it ain't even that serious. But niggas be getting mad about that, especially when they lose, yo. Anyway.
didn't just all of a sudden wake up and decide, you know what? We're gonna shit on women. We're gonna make up all of these.
Yeah, I've heard this part.
Stories about how we get screwed over by women, and we're just gonna put it on the internet. No, that's not how it happened. Men found each other because they had similar experiences.
By the way, bartender, shout out for the $5.
A guy in Nebraska said, you know what? My wife started talking trash about a guy that she was working with. Come to find out, she was sleeping with him. A guy in Florida said, you know what? I had the similar situation done to me. Another guy up in, I don't know, Washington said, you know what? I've been married to my wife 15 years. I just found out my oldest daughter isn't mine.
It's not yours.
Texas says,
it's funny how women.
Look at his hair, bro. Hey, hold on. Look at his hair, bro. This is the shit that really said, yeah, I'm doing a play-by-play on this shit. Like this is the same shit Tawana was doing from the LaPeep show when she was in Kevin. Like that's that stress management. But I'm like, yo, do you realize you're literally on a divorce attorney's platform? So we ain't got shit on the shit he's seen. That nigga's a literally walking divorce court documentary.
And you know what's funny? You bring that up, right? When I watched, I think the second to last stream, the attorney did, right? You had chicks in the chat in the comments saying that, oh well, as a divorce attorney, he has no insight on happy marriages, and I'm like, bitch, most marriages aren't happy.
That's like saying a soldier doesn't know nothing about peace.
Yeah, exactly. Like most marriages aren't happy. So he knows
the first thing would be
like to know.
First thing would be we don't show our face. Then we don't make more than 6 figures.
Yeah,
we're all losers. I mean, they're always gonna have something. And now you're starting to see how ridiculous it is. I mean, she's holding her kid right now.
I was like, this is a whole divorce term. Like, if he knows anything about what it's like, he's seen the manipulations, the lies,
and that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
Like, if he don't know, who does? God?
Experiences. There are millions of men with millions of the same or similar stories. We all didn't just get up and decide to lie. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, Alan Roger Curry, he was fucking a lot of these motherfuckers, women, while they were married. So he knew, like, we got it covered from all angles, guys.
Yes, we've all been burned by women. I've been burned by more women than I care to admit. All I seek to do is to, and I never said that women were dogs. What I said is that women she'll do 100 guys in a row. She'll do them dirty, she'll cheat on them, blah, 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 blah. And here's
shout out to Tiana Trump.
I want to see what happens to her when she gets older. I really do. Like, does she still think she'll ever get married? Or does she not care?
Maybe if he's a top 10 percenter, this doesn't mean that women are bad.
Because I mean, shit, Riley Reid got married.
Species. What I'm trying to tell you,
somebody wipe out.
Well, it's crazy. So Jasmine Cashmere.
So to disqualify one's experience as well, you experience what kind of women are you dating? We're all dating the same pool of women and act the same way, and it is incumbent upon us as men to deal with them accordingly, and that's that.
Okay, so let me respond.
So technically, he did call her by her name. So that should be a drinking game. We called her a name other than hers. She could acknowledge that.
What's that?
What is your name?
His name is Donovan.
Donovan's obvious. He's doing that on purpose, though. He's doing that on purpose.
He's an OG. He's an OG in this space. Yeah, Donovan's the man.
Although he's playing Captain Obvious.
Look, where's Jen's cash app? Dude is emotional and constantly interrupting Jen. No, he's not. These bitches, man.
Right. I never said that it was just your experience, but I guarantee it was your experience. I can tell by how you jumped on here. Okay.
I never said this, but let me tell you. Let me go ahead and project. Oh.
Project.
Okay. So I know.
See what I'm saying?
You say she was a bitch in Heat?
Yeah.
Like a dog?
So I'm not saying that it was just yours.
These girls are crazy.
Look at this nigga on the lower right hand side. He like, bitch. He got this smile. He's like, you one of those. Like, yeah, it's like, because and you're proving his point, because it's like when you say shit, it don't matter. Like, he's talking about boo boo, honey. You called him a bitch, and he ain't came at you like that. Like, Donovan ain't came at you. Donovan ain't got loud. Because Donovan really don't be. I haven't never seen Donovan wild out like that. But I ain't never seen Dre wild out. Well, yeah, I have.
She's gonna call him a lot worse before it's over with.
Oh, I know. I saw that part. Let's go.
As human beings, okay. So you're saying, oh, you think men are lying? Men are lying. We just ran into each other.
Donovan didn't do none of that shit.
No, you're not lying. Women find women who have been burned. We do it at the beauty shop, at the beauty salon, getting our nails done, at the party, at the tea party. We find each other. Oh, really?
At the tea party? The fuck?
X, Y, and Z to me. That's what human beings do, Captain Obvious. So when men get together, and now with the manosphere and YouTube, all you guys got together who've been burned and are bitter as hell, and I was like, we have a plot. Let's get those women. No shit, Sherlock. Captain Obvious, that is what happened.
But this is how you see it, because you sat there on the other stream and said Tariq, Tommy, and Umar the same thing. All three of them motherfuckers don't like each other. Like, literally, if it was a Royal Rumble, who you think, like, they wouldn't even know who to team up against which one, because they don't like each other. They really don't. All three of them do not like each other. But you put them in the same, like Umar does not like Tommy. Tommy's one of them YouTubians. And then he don't like Tariq because the fallout they had, and you already know the history between Tommy and Tariq. They all don't like each other. The fucking YouTubians, so, and then I'm like, yo, I would like to ask her, what black man do you like on YouTube other than Lita Turner?
Probably the honest truth.
You're still not getting my point. Shit happens between men and women. Shit happens. Well,
wait.
Broke up with a woman. Women break up with men.
No, shit. You see, it's only an epidemic when women declare it. So,
yeah, I was about to say that. I know if we notice how she's speaking, it's like she's minimizing.
Let's be clear here. You put her in front of 3 Latin women, she won't be playing that shit happens soon.
Like it's crazy.
Shit happens. Why are you so upset?
Okay, so women can be upset, but men can't.
You're projecting. Like the she's saying upset is, why do you say anything at all? Like Dre said, you're not allowed to say anything. So when you say anything, you're gonna get the shame, insults. Like, for you even saying something
is a problem. Yeah, like. And the thing about it is that I wish women just had the honesty to just say that shit. Like, we don't like. I wish
she did. Obsidian doesn't always. Obsidian, if you don't notice, Obsidian doesn't really bring this out of women in person. Obsidian gets women triggered when he does a video on them, and usually interviews is pretty good.
I wish I just say that shit. Like we don't like it when y'all do to us what we do to you. Stop it. All this fake righteousness.
Hold on.
All of this, and what you don't even know what projection means. Every woman, when they're losing an argument, you're projecting. Let me clue you in on something. I have absolutely no problem with, and I've said this all the time. A lot of guys have a problem with women who are gold diggers, right? Well, she's just a gold digger. She just wants him because of his money. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a woman choosing a man because he has money any more than there's anything wrong with a man who chooses a woman based on the way she looks. This is biology. What I came on to tell you is that the dating market is not as simple as you think it is.
It is for me, though. It is for me.
Now I need you to please. I'll let you respond. You just gotta let me finish.
Okay.
I think this is good discourse. The point is that men and women do have similar bad experiences, but it's tougher for guys out here. Did you know that most virgins in this country are men? Did you know?
Right quick. Let me just. Wait. Let me just.
Oh yeah, Kevin was like, "What the fuck?"
We got the Godfather in the house. Got the Godfather. Kevin Samuels in the house. Shout out to the Godfather. Congratulations. It's been a few weeks, of course, but congratulations on that 1 million.
No strategies. It's just getting into shape, getting your money up. There are no guarantees. There are no guarantees for men or women. But I think that women.
The lead attorney is what I would call a manosphere adjacent channel. I wouldn't say he's in the manosphere. He can do things that some of us can't do for a couple of reasons. So this is what I call him. Since the Lapeef want to say we're not manosphere, nobody gives a fuck. But he's what I call a manosphere adjacent.
I would almost call him the United Nations of YouTube. Everybody goes there. Everybody has their representatives that goes there, and where they have those. That's where a lot of.
I mean, it's good to have those outposts, though.
Yeah,
like, you don't want anybody to be identified with the same shit, because then it gets easily targeted and grouped.
They really couldn't care less, which is fine. But if you don't, women are not supposed to care about men. I get that. They don't care about a man's plight because you have your own plight. But I think it's very, very important that women understand that men don't pay like women. Women can get dates and dick whenever they want. It's hard for guys out here, and that's why guys like myself exist.
No, women understand. They just don't care.
Yeah, and you see how much. I mean, her fuck. Like she could give a less of a fuck. Like you see it in her body language, and Donovan's Donovan is acknowledging that women shouldn't care. Like he's speaking to both sides of it, but she don't care. She only got something to say when Go ahead.
Go finish. Oh, finish. I don't want to cut you.
No,
off.
I'm finished.
No, yeah, that's just like that's the biggest thing I dislike about this whole area right now, because like we always want to have these talks, and I'm like, these women are acutely aware of what's going on. They just don't care that it's bad for men.
Exactly, and this is why when that winner shit, that's why the dudes have to have. It's not even about punishing women. This is resources are finite. Okay, this is not about punishing women. This is about just business. You are where you are. Do not say, it's kind of like, okay, what is that? The wolf and the fucking ant, whatever the fuck, the motherfucker that basically for the winner, he packed all his resources, did the right thing. And
I know what you're talking about.
Like the other animal that wanted to fuck off.
And the grasshopper.
So the thing about it is, don't be stupid and be like, I'm gonna give you resources when they didn't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry, that is what it is, and that's where dudes start doing that. So let's go.
I've cried over women. I've done all of those things, but those things are necessary for a man to really sort of find out who he is, so he doesn't get played by other women. This is why men have to have experiences. Women are born. Men have to become. As women, you guys are born with everything.
She doesn't get out of it. She knows that.
We don't have it that way, and that's okay.
Well, she's listening to respond.
Unfortunately, most women are not preserving their body.
That's most women do.
Then when they're 35, 40 years old, they're asking, well, where have all the good men gone? Well, they're after women who look like you used to.
Jesus.
Ooh, damn. How you used to?
Yeah, like
shit.
Man, he done like he turned
shit.
And then
God damn, Donovan.
And that was when she just lost.
Yo, this dude got a good setup too, man. I ain't even gonna front.
I like his style.
I wouldn't like all that red. I ain't gonna lie.
Appreciate it.
Oh, is the red in that video?
Is it possible for you to have respect to call me by my name?
Yes, that's possible.
It's impossible, then I'm gonna call you a fuckboy. Is that okay?
Yeah, listen, everybody.
He's like, Donovan don't care.
You're right, Jen. You're right, Jen. His name is Donovan. Donovan, this is Jen.
It's really funny. Just want to keep the peace and shit.
I know he's not. What the fuck is this?
So I feel
if you ain't Wolverine, I want to see you.
Donovan is talking about
please tell me exactly.
Okay, he's saying it's hard out here for us to have sex. The lead attorney, do you have problems having sex?
Okay, what is that supposed to mean? You just use
So
two men.
and see, and you think, this is like, and he called like, so basically all top 10 percenters. I mean, you just proved this point. Whatever.
She basically set Donovan up for alley because he took that.
Yeah, I remember. Yep, I remember, and that's when she started starting to wild the fuck out.
Like he just used two men for all men in the country.
Cause see, this is what women tell themselves. They try to act like, oh, that's a some problem. Like that's a some problem. But the truth is, only 40% of men actually reproduce. I mean, Kevin said that. So, and that's not all because those are the good men necessarily. But like, come on now.
Again, like women are aware of what's going on. They just don't care till it fucks them up. That's relatively new too.
Yeah. So when she says a certain demographic, she's like incel. That's really what she's trying to say.
You do not know the men that picked off a corner and turned into something because their mothers failed them.
So the dusties you picked up matter.
Oh, yeah, please shut up.
They always picking up dust on sympathy.
And you notice how she keeps on technically Donovan is not really coming at her, but she's internalizing everything he's saying because Donovan is speaking to both of it. He's really trying to explain.
She's internalizing it, but she's talking about her. She said it herself. She picked up dusties that her she didn't have to.
No, that's bullshit. I hear what you're saying, but I just want to say these hoes are not helping niggas that are not, or whoever, Latin motherfuckers, whoever that they're not sexually attracted to. So
I was gonna say that too. Like these women say that as if
I get tired of that shit. They're not. That's like that's.
They say that as if like we don't know that. No, you liked how his dick swung.
They may be economically dusty, but from the sexual currency standpoint, and see that's where the women try to remix shit. I'm like, stop acting like all these niggas y'all fucked with. That was the best you could do. Y'all didn't take no straight up straight, but let's go.
And you must know that you're bugging, dude. You are bugging.
I don't think that he's making the response directly to you. Hold up,
see, this nigga listening like this nigga.
She's personal. She's talking about her.
Man, this dude God bless the dude on Lord Right, man. That nigga looking like he hate watching. He like nigga. He watching like he trying to catch a bitch cheating. He's like, yeah, this is what is it? Cheaters. He like, I'm gonna catch you, bitch. I know I ain't wrong.
That's directly towards me, is it not? He's not saying women in general. He was seething backstage to come speak to me.
Oh my god.
No. Oh my god.
She's gonna keep on bringing that seething word up to make a point.
Where people get burned.
That's all she got.
If you feel like you can relate to this demographic and you started a show where men have, first of all, you just said men, you're collecting men. This is unbelievable. You're collecting men and kind of like raising them up and teaching them how to be some sort of high value person so they can get men, right? I mean, so they can get women.
So
right?
they can get men.
That is an issue. Men should know that they have to keep up their appearance and their finances. Women should know that they got to be fine, okay, without being taught. And those who don't know it innately.
No, that's he doesn't teach them how to self-improve. That's not what he does. Donovan's not a motivational speaker. Donovan is teaching. What Donovan essentially does is basically men trust women a lot more than they should in this environment. Donovan helps them basically navigate the landmines of dating. That's why he calls it red pill dating.
I actually make it explain that better. I made a video on that. The reality is that, like, for the longest time, women have been raised to distrust men, while men have been raised opposite.
Exactly.
And so, in the last 100 years, the laws have helped that distrust become more powerful from women. So now you have men who are raised without even the slightest bit of honesty about how women move, just going out there.
And she's not dumb. She's just trying to play this game.
You said it before in the past, and that like back in the day, it was women that tell you. You said it was like back in the day, it was your mom or your aunts that would tell you if a girl wasn't shit themselves. That's gone today. Women won't even tell you who's bad out. They'll let you fall and shit.
All right. So
and let's say you're a man, so you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up and stop being bitter about it. Stop being bitter. Stop being mad. If you don't know how to really fight, if you don't know how to ride a man real good, if you know how to cook and clean.
FYI, this is on 1.25, so this is her. This ain't me speeding it up, making it look crazy.
Then be taught, but shut
Now this is in normal speed.
up and don't be bitter about it.
First of all, let's be clear here. You ain't gonna hear her like really talking this shit on the women. See, this is that equalization
Same
bullshit.
with men. If you got a pot belly and you're sitting on your computer all day and you're looking for who to be mad at, you freaking have a receding hairline and you don't want to get a fully bald head.
Hey,
Whatever you get, you deserve. All right? Man up, woman up. But don't freaking project on people that don't have your experience. You can't tell me about the men that freaking help. Who are damn near freaking bones. You don't know.
Well, bitch, that's because you're stupid.
Again, like they always use the fact that they help niggas that were dusty to make like to guilt you into doing some shit.
Yes, you can respond.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Come on, Dominic. Come on, Dominic.
Listen, here's the deal. If she's gonna be like that, then guess what? I don't mind Jocelyn. She can call me whatever she wants. Fuckboy actually is pretty apt at this point in time. Number one, number two, you leave my hairline alone. You leave my hairline alone. It is I am aging gracefully. Now, when I asked you about when I asked you about 6 minutes ago, I said, what percentage of men in America do you feel are sexually active? You said you didn't have a stat, and nobody really knows, right? But the men that you talk about who don't have a problem having sex, guys like the attorney Michael B. Jordan, what do women believe that men cheat more than women do is mainly
in his 30s and 40s, doesn't work out, probably doesn't eat right, all these things. Stay in your lane. And then you won't get mad at the women that rejected you. Same thing for the women. It's just like the followers of Janet Jackson. Half of them are fat, unattractive, and then they're mad at men because men don't want them to take advantage of them. Stay in your lane. I don't care what you look like, what you're into, what you want. Stay in your lane and you won't be.
But I want to see, this is why this is important for me to play this back to back with the original video, like the other video I had. She says this, but bitch, why are you around black people? You're around black people way. Like I always ask this, like you're not gonna see me around a situation where ain't nothing but like Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? You'll see me.
And you know what? And you know what she'll say though?
Yeah,
she'll say because she's talking about women. That's why.
Well, no, well, that's what she'll try to say, or she'll pull her father. She'll pull her father as black.
Pull her father, yeah.
But my thing is, it's like so because that may work here, but it's like when you understand, you're going out of your way to talk shit about African Americans, about they're sensitive, as if like y'all ain't got sensitivities of y'all own. Even white people got their own sensitivities when it comes to brunettes and blonde. Like, what are you talking about? Air hyper, like, and see, so when you put this shit together. And then you put in context like the Amira situation with the Lafife. Oh God, could you imagine her going on the Lafife network?
I don't.
Get your ass on that shit.
That would be. How would that work,
nigga?
Who is she going after? The girls or the guys?
Put a pay gate on that shit. $10. I would watch that. Amira her, and then you get Courtney. But you already know that shit. You gonna that shit gonna be like 3 Sith boys, bro.
Actually, no, she might switch on them there, yeah.
Barking at people because of your bad experiences. I guarantee all the women.
Yeah, Chicago really wouldn't be handle that shit.
And that you had bad experiences with were out of your league, or you couldn't tell. I'm not really feeling this dude. I'm gonna get X, Y, and Z because he's a complete idiot. So I'm gonna get Y and Z, and you failed to see that. So you can't put that out on anybody.
One of the things that people fail to underestimate is they have this thing where you would only be on YouTube talking about these things if you really need therapy. Like Kevin got 1 million subs doing this, and Kevin is not, you know what I'm saying? People, you hate it. No, Kevin, like the thing about it is everybody doesn't have this problem like y'all want to say. Y'all.
Like, I mean, and honestly, if I'm like, can I say this? Because honestly, like what you said is really just grade A nigger tactics. Like the idea that you can't speak on an observation without it affecting you personally, some retarded shit.
It's like saying you're a conservative and you can't speak about crime unless you've been robbed.
Yeah, like it's retarded gaslighting. Like I don't have to. Well, what I always say is that I don't have to touch fire to know it burns.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's like.
I preach accountability. Listen, you're right. I do. I preach personal accountability. I tell guys all the time. Listen, you can't be a fat fuck living with your mama talking about.
Yes, he does. He's not pro MGTOW.
That's bullshit.
Well, even MGTOW is not anti-accountability. It is pro-accountability, but so.
By the same token, if you're a woman and you're loud and boisterous like you are, you can't expect to highlight.
I'm not with you. Rewind this video, okay? Don't pull that bullshit with me. I
Oh no, yeah, we did. We looked at another video, and you were doing the same bullshit with Tariq when you wasn't even his match.
And that's my thing though, is that women like her will say, you know, everybody gets fucked, get over it.
Yeah, I wanted somebody need to find her damn channel because I didn't have a good. Y'all got I got a Discord for a reason. Y'all find that shit because that on the block with Jenny bullshit ain't it. I've been looking. I don't feel like looking for her. Huh?
You found her channel?
I found her channel. She has like.
Well, what is it? What's the name of it?
500.
What's the content?
Well, what's the name on? What's the name of it?
I think On the Block with Jen. On the Block with Jenny.
Oh.
Well, that's what I typed in. That's what I typed in, and you always get that the Jennifer Lopez shit.
Is it spelled the same way?
I put On the Black with Jenny. No, but even when I put block on the black with that's funny. No, but like you getting all of the, you know, Jenny
On the Block with Jen.
Okay, I'll put Jenny.
I'll
probably.
I got you. Yeah. What?
What's her content?
Hold on, 500 and oh my god, I can interview this bitch. Like, what is
you don't want those problems there. Don't do that.
I can't believe this.
Does she make black content being Puerto Rican?
Do black? Hold on. All right, well, yeah, we'll deal with that in a second.
Reciprocate energy. I reciprocate energy. You calling out my name?
Oh my god, he didn't call you a bitch because trust me, Donovan can.
I called you out of yours. I have never done that on this platform. I have never once done that on this platform. Do I walk in? I can original. Don't play with me.
And this nigga like, damn, on the lower left.
Don't pull that card. You came in like a complete bitch ass nigga, and I'm responding.
You a fool.
Don't pull that with me.
This is really what pissed me off, that bitch ass nigga shit.
You're not gonna be slick. Don't pull that with me. You came in here like a bitch in heat, and I reciprocate. So don't tell me.
That's the third time.
I'm loud and boisterous now. I'm loud and with you. And that's why you're bitter about women, because this is the energy and they give it back, and then you want to point the finger at them.
Hold on. It kind of sounded there at the end that you guys were kind of. It kind of sounded a little bit like you guys were kind of saying the same thing. It sounded like intellectually honest. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Listen, you don't have to believe me. I'm being honest with you. If that's not what you do here, I'm totally cool.
The thing about it is, and let me tell you something, all she's doing, this is like, the thing is, these women get mad because she's basically yelling. She's yelling and it's work. And shout out to Lead Attorney because he held out for a minute. But this is one thing women do, where they wave these fucking signals where they just get loud because they want attention because they're trying. That's literally pseudo proximity violence. Because you see the reaction Lead Attorney had, and now he's got to apologize. Donovan ain't did shit with her, really. Like, call her honey, boo-boo, all like, get the fuck out of here. And then this chick's calling bitch and eating all that. But see, and I get, the Lead Attorney will check a chick, so I'm not going to act like he won't. But the truth is, I want y'all to understand this. This bitch got 500 subscribers. Donovan has like 120. I want you all to understand. But on this bitch, they're on the equal playing field. All the motherfuckers on that panel probably got more than what she does. And the thing, like, for real. But because that should tell you everything you need to know about women levels. Let's go.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I think you just need to let Jen know about the same part because it sounds like
exactly.
I said, listen, sometimes we have decorum, but then sometimes it goes off the rail. That's fine. But apart from decorum, we do try to have some intellectual honesty. I'll support.
Really, attorney?
in your experience.
The law allows the women to do it more. Absolutely.
I was slick. I answered that, but he knows.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
With different men, you've never seen this, but I will reciprocate, and I'm not.
Bullshit! You did this on Tariq. That's why I played that, and I promise you, if I put man, please anybody.
Well, again, Ed.
All right.
Also, you gotta remember, like that these chicks also like hop from panel to panel.
Yeah.
Where people don't know their history and shit. So no one there knew who she was. Oh shit! Where did Ed go? Did he back was out of his own leg? I think he did. You there, Ed?
I kicked myself off ball.
Yeah, are you there, Ed?
Oh no, I'm quick with the trigger finger. But anyway, so let's pull. You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not even about to pull her channel because I ain't trying to have y'all come at her. I ain't gonna give her the clout. It'll make it. She ain't got enough. She ain't even got enough to really warrant that kind of attention. Because I mean, shit. And Amira was cool. I ain't got mad at Amira, but Amira got 37,000 subscribers. Oh, fuck. So let's just go through a couple of her titles. All you MFS motherfuckers got self-hate issues. So this is the video, and I'm not gonna lie, she's got a good background. I'm not even gonna front with that background. I'm feeling that background. But so this is the video that Tariq, and I don't even know why Tariq even gave her attention. Somebody must have shared that, but it only has 358 views. Kwame Brown drama on my FB page again. Nigga, you around niggas too much. Like, what do black on black social media awards go too far? And then it's a black man on that. Knotless Braid Disaster.
She's one of these
Coming to America. Coming to America is not funny. Like, what? Made in Reagan and Harry World, where you know who she need to be with. She need to co-host with Irene Yvette. And there's this other nigga comedian with Carlos, who he looked black. You know, warning a rated R review.
Does she have a video on In the Heights? Because that's all about Puerto Ricans. It's funny how these chicks, these non-ADOS chicks, have so much to say.
Dear black women, help society, help you. She ain't got a video over 1,000 so far. Ride or die. Is it more dangerous than women think? And then she got a panel with 3 niggas. Sexy as MacBook Air. Fitness. Lizzo. Obesity is a compliment. Thick killing us. Ava Longoria, latest victim of black online oppression. That's the first video over 1,000. Famous fuck boys and their flying monkeys. And Tariq Nasheed is featured on this. And then me versus Tariq Nasheed explained. So this is fucking 10 months ago. So what about that?
She's deeper than nigga shit, yo.
Black fashion brands. Is it the black community's fault they fail? And 3 niggas, Negroes on there with her. Tenet review. What the fuck? You notice how she don't like black movies. And Tenet was the shit. Unpacking the deflecting excuses Jada gave today. Like,
these
are we unfair to black businesses and artists? Like, I don't see her saying nothing about Latin motherfuckers. It's like, bitch,
she's
like,
not going to.
Or Puerto Rican. I'm not even talking about negatively. I'm just talking about who is listening to this?
I called it though.
Black men are. This is probably one of the only places she can get away with this shit.
That's what I said earlier. Like these chicks know where to come. She won't.
She's got one with colorism in the Latin community entertainment, and then she's got Ida. That's probably this one is yeah, and she got the dude from The Boys too. Mother's Milk. This is probably this is probably one of the best ones, and that's the highest. Oh, she's got nigga who can say it. Please FF to fast forward to the 30-something mark. And in the different ways, black people push and support white supremacy. I see why Tariq said something. Tariq said something because this ain't the one off. Yeah, I mean, and then this looks like Vegas in her background picture, and then her highest view had Tariq in it. Man, please, come on.
Again, like she, you know what this reminds me of?
She ain't even honestly. She ain't even nobody of note. She ain't even nobody of note.
You know what this reminds me of? Remember that video you did on that African that went on Kevin Samuels talking about black women stayed behind, right? A did a video on her shit, and that other girl that was like hyperventilating, talking shit about black men. Like it's these women who aren't even able to just have so much energy for you.
Which honestly proves a lot of what Tariq was saying in the original video, because it's
I agree. On Twitter, you see all the time on Twitter, it's like non-ADOS chicks throwing shit at y'all, but like the moment they see an African guy come there, it's it's different.
Yeah, honestly,
like it's crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't even sweat this shit, but yeah, like I wouldn't. Y'all know me. Normally, I'd show it, but I'm gonna keep it real. Once I saw it was 500, I mean, this is on some Janae shit. Once it's like it's not even 1,000. I mean, all we gonna be doing is helping her get clout. That's all we're doing. That's why she came on whatchamacallit. And
Y'all should give me
the
that
thing
card
about it,
instead.
like, is you got to think, man. Think about it. The lead attorney had like 1 point. See, you had 2.7 when Anton was on, and then went down to like lower. It was like 1.3. And here's the thing: she got a great look, man. She's got a good background. She's actually even got a decent look. The problem is she's a bitch, and I hate to say it like that, but and the thing is, she's even able to get some dudes to come on here. But there's no in the black, and he's some yeah, she taught like the how realistic are black horror films, and then she's on
why
here
are you obsessed
like
with black people?
Yeah, it's like
Why are you
wow.
obsessed? I keep saying that, like, these non-ADOs, whether they're African, Caribbean or not, they I don't know why they like coming over here.
And the thing, and here's the thing. Well, the thing is because well, it's not even her. Like, yeah, it's talking shit. But the thing is, black people are very welcoming, and this is one of the things you got to pay attention to. Like, it's kind of and this is where it would make sense for Tariq to put the bat signal up and say this chick is not to be fucked with, and anybody that fucks with her, you gonna like Tariq gonna be like, look, I'm gonna start looking at you greasy. Now, unless you can now some of these dudes may have like Afro Latin ancestry, so it may be a little bit going on like that. But yeah, man,
she's obsessed.
50 Cent's dating preferences make women insecure. Why does anybody give a fuck about what 50 Cent does? Like, that makes no sense.
Because he has money, that's why.
Because so this is crazy. And it's like, and the thing about it is, but here's the thing: you get off your channel, you start coming into the greater YouTube, motherfuckers go check your ass. Somebody needs to email this shit to Donovan Sharp.
I mean, it's just like that Stefco chick. The moment that Pretty Privileged video caught the rounds, it was like, I think her channel went up like, what, 5K subs? Because it's not all the bitter, hurt chicks. I had a new champion. And she was getting like, interviews with I think it was like with Yanni and Paris one. I'm like, damn, like, this is really happening. Like,
well, I mean, at the end of the day, they shit was hilarious. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter what they say. I mean, the niggas, y'all. Here's the thing: the men that they want don't give a fuck. They can't change that.
I agree. The problem I have is that like just like with this girl Jen, women don't have a problem when it's men getting shot.
Well, the difference is Steph Cole is one of them. This chick ain't gonna get that same kind of pull. So, yeah, this chick ain't gonna get that same kind of pull. But and I mean, she's not. Look, what you call these types of Puerto Ricans? I don't know. I don't have like names for different races like that. Not like that, but it's interesting. It's interesting, because there's a wonderful world of Don Ados, like melanated different groups, and that's a whole other concept. I played that concept before. We got all these African women telling black females don't stay behind, and I'm like, I'm right along with you. Y'all. I don't know why they fucking these niggas. These black men ain't shit. You right, and I don't know why they fucking them either. But anyway, that's a personal choice. Ain't nobody telling black men, black women they should be having babies with black men. Not really. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all last words because it's 12:18.
So you're in the South too? Oh yeah, you're from Carolina. I forgot.
Yeah, no, North Carolina is good with the coronavirus. We ain't on that bullshit like Florida.
Yeah, I think Florida's in like record numbers right now.
Yeah, Florida. I mean, well, that's how Florida want to act. I mean, that's on them. So anybody got any last words with that? Because that was interesting, yo.
Can I plug my channel? Go I can get numbers?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, y'all see me around this space, in the comment section. I have a channel, been making videos since like last year. I talk about game as well as other red pill shit. Just don't bring nigga shit over there because I won't tolerate it. Like, I'm already on ADOS, so I already know I'm gonna pull that shit out. So don't come in with that bullshit. But yeah, I mean, you right. A lot of these chicks are weirdos, have this obsession with y'all for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, sub to my channel. Can I drop it in the chat or can I just put it in the back?
No, put it in chat.
Okay, let me go to my channel.
Yeah, I
But
know
I
she
don't
said.
think
Yeah, I absolutely know she's smashing black men. I mean, that's what it is. But see, they got to understand. It's like, look, you got to understand that you ain't black. Like this thing about y'all think because y'all fucking niggas. And see, this is where dudes got. Like I said, what did I say in the beginning? Dudes got to start checking it, and that's why y'all got to start checking her on that. Because motherfuckers got to start checking her on it. I don't give a fuck if you sucking a black man's dick. Like that don't mean shit. It really don't.
just in case the chat won't be put it in because I'm not a wrench. But yeah, there's my
Yeah, here I'll
URL
put
in the
it. I'll
private
put
chat.
it. That and dudes got to start, because that's what it is. I got a black kid. Maybe she got a black kid, or she, I hope this dusty ass nigga. Like, ain't nobody told. I don't know why. I don't know why you did that. You're dumb. I'll be the first person to tell you you're dumb.
They do that because that's the best they can get, and then they can use that as leverage to guilt niggas into shit. That's what they do that shit. It's the best they
All
can
right, so
get.
make sure y'all sub to this channel. I'll probably be sharing it in the community tab in a little bit in the Discord.
I'm also in the Discord as well, so yeah, I'm already in there. But yeah, I game regularly, do gaming streams. Of course, there's the Red Pill content, other shit there. But yeah, it's more of a diverse chill stream.
All right, so
over me saying.
Yeah, so this has been an interesting breakdown. Yeah, the lean attorney shit was lit, yo. But anyway, all right, y'all, and I appreciate the new Nexus Network for coming up. Don't be like one of these niggas that y'all come up now and then you turn into like the Honest Truth or Ronnie. These motherfuckers, it kills me with these people. We welcome them people with open arms, and all of a sudden they start making these manosphere niggas.
The
Let me tell you about these
the honest truth cracks me up, yo.
No, I've been in the clouds listening to you guys for probably since the beginning of the year, and I just started my channel like literally last Tuesday. So yeah, but I'm definitely subscribed to you, Edward. I enjoy what you do. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you having me on. And by the way, if any in reference to the question that you asked earlier, what do we it wasn't you, but somebody asked, what do we call Puerto Ricans like that? I put it if you look at my last comment in the chat, I think that's a pretty I think that would suffice. But hey, Ed, appreciate you. Shout out to my fellow panel guests, and hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Yeah, absolutely. And I ain't mean to do this once they left, but like real talk, here's another thing to check out. Check out AM1, yo. The fuck?
So that's high expectation, super ratchet, hate women. They gonna say hate women over serious. This is a good girl. That's
crazy thing. Like, this is a great girl, foreign chick, absolutely awesome in every single way. And to videos, because new founder of Ramil Herbs. Go check out RamilHerbs.com.
Hey, we got going on. We got the brother, the infamous. We be the infamous. You heard of us? Official Chi-Town murderers. Ramil Amir.
Oh, man, I'm just your average high class low life. What's going on, man?
High class.
Yeah, high class low life, bro. That's the tag, man. High class low life.
That's fine. High class low life.
Yes, sir.
And we got
new founder of Ramil Herbs. Go check out RamilHerbs.com. Call me Jack Triple.
Yeah, he gonna stay low key. He ain't trying to fuck with y'all like that, but he just so happened to get into the situation. But yeah, this is the new owner. He's doing a good job too, man. So shout out to him, man. But salute to all y'all coming through, man. Y'all be more intelligent with the way you move. But the bad thing is, man, bro, like that shit really be triggering people. So it's about the money too. That's why the heat can turn up as well. People see Kevin Samuels checking the bag, everybody else checking.
It's gonna make it very hard for women to pull that bullshit and just think they're gonna rock out a good solid, 15 years until they mid-30s and then.
Yo, real talk, like AM1 could do something with this. Yeah, that is Ramil, y'all. Here's the link to check it out. No, I don't speak on Brother Polite. I mean, not because I have an issue. I don't deal with his shit enough to even really comment on him. I really don't. All right, and then the Nexus Network, I'm gonna check out. I'd be like that nigga to come do the plug his shit. Let's see what the fuck he on. Yeah, we know we always got to add people to the group. Yeah, but check that out, man. I know I'm gonna check it out because I'm gonna tell you.
I'm ready.
I'm tell you straight up, like, and one could do some interviewing shit for real. But anyway, all right, y'all. What scandal? No, I ain't heard of no scandal, yo. Put in the Discord or put in the comment section. All right, y'all. This is Edward signing off. Peace.